I don't think you'll comprehend the amount of manic energy that I currently hold within my body.
That's great news, because me too.
I am genuinely so excited. The whole time for like the past 10 minutes prior to the stream, setting things up with Anya, and now on stream, my legs have been just wiggling constantly.
It's setting in. We're embarking on a whole new journey together.
I love that James mentioned give us the fail girl, and everyone was confused on which fail girl exactly was.
That could be any of us. It could be any of the characters in this VN.
Exactly. But I guess we'll have to find out very soon.
I guess we will.
Now, I do have a couple of things to say before we actually go into Hollow Ataraxia. The first of all is an appeal to the audience to, if anyone knows, please let me know when it's coming, because there is one missed bit of censorship in this game.
Jesus Christ.
It's fine though. It's very fine. Basically, I've heard that there's a little flash to the 1 CG of a saber in the bathtub. You know,
okay.
the very tasteful one, and it's the uncensored version of that one. So we may see a bit of titty, but first of all, I think by YouTube's rules, if there's just a moment of titty, it should be fine. But I will try to cover that up when it comes, if anyone knows and can tell us when it's gonna happen.
There's just gonna be a landmine waiting for us all fucking stream.
I don't even know if it would be this stream. It may be like in 20 fucking parts.
Oh, by the entire stream. I meant this whole series.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun. Welcome everyone. Thank you all so much for coming. Another thing I wanted to say about the game is I've heard that the translation is serviceable, but a little bit of less quality than the Heavens Feel one that we read last time. So if there's any kind of weird wording or anything we don't get, by all means, you're all allowed to explain things, but do not, like, bring up things if they're gonna be explained later. No spoilers, no everything. We know nothing. We have no idea what's gonna be happening.
This, in contrast to the Stay Night play, is completely double blind.
Yep,
we both don't know shit.
I only know enough to make the thumbnail, and that's about it. It's the same quality as the old Mirror Moon fan translation, so not really the best. That's fine. We can infer things.
That's half the fun. And I'm honestly just praying that there's no slurs in the translation.
Yeah, if there's any, we will not be reading them. I could imagine there being at... Considering the time and the translation, I could see at least an instance of the R slur, but that will be like...
That's the one I'm expecting.
Yeah, that will be like reading Homestuck, don't worry about it.
I just started a Bleach reread, and it's in like the first chapter, and I was just like, yeah, let's go.
You can smell the age of those.
Mm-hmm.
Link Wi-Fi's not strong enough to strain you. No, hug, Feifei.
No.
Hope you at least had a good Thanksgiving, and hope all of you had a good Thanksgivings.
My Thanksgiving won't be till later, but I did have a wonderful day on the day.
Also, by the way, this game is gonna be on 3x4, so you'll get to enjoy this beauty on the sides and in the middle while I set up. Don't worry about it. The translations were made with a revolving door of volunteers centralized on a handful of editors and proofreaders. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're both expecting it to not be too excellent, but we can work around it, and if we know that going in, it shouldn't detract from our experience.
And also, even though it will not be excellent, the game itself will be, and that is gonna increment everything.
Mm-hmm.
Typhoon. Oh, tell me how the volume is, by the way. I still need to adjust things and everything, and I need to stream this to Anya.
Why shouldn't you? I will not be answering for my crimes.
Can you see everything?
Are you streaming to me?
At you, yeah.
Like on Discord?
Yeah. And I can see it myself.
That does not appear to be the case from my perspective.
Try leaving the call and coming back in?
Yeah, give me just a moment. I might have to update Discord. One moment.
Take your time, hon. But yeah, I hope you'll enjoy the side sucker and Sinji for the entire of the series. Don't worry about it. We may put other people as the story progresses and we meet more characters. Let's go, yeah. I'm waiting for Anya to be back. Don't worry, we'll get things. Can you see? Actually, can you see the cursor? Yep, you can. That's good. I feel getting the cursor on the screen can be a little messy sometimes if I leave it somewhere. I try to put it down here to the side. Oh gosh, right. Huh. I am not covering the cursor anymore in this corner because of the sidebar size.
Good news, I am in. I was probably 2 months of updates behind on my Discord.
Oh gosh, that explains it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Mash gets put in the side with no reason provided. Do you really need a reason to put the best Kohai and Fate Grand Order in there? I don't think so. Anyway, gosh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to work with the way smaller size of this window. And it's a bit bizarre to get used to it. Okay. Start. Hollow Ataraxia, baby.
Oh boy, here we are.
Here we are. We don't have anything just yet, but we do have the special, I think. And what is the entrance? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So before we start, we actually have a couple of special things. including the Tosaka Shrine.
Ooh.
Welcome to the Better Fortune Tosaka Shrine.
I'm
腹江戸の狼たちもろもろのまがごと罪汚れあらむおば払えたまえ清めたまえと申すことをきこしめせとかしこみかしこみ申す
Incredible beginning already, by the
I
way.
am already put off by the fact that this opened with a funds counter in the bottom left.
let me actually lower that a little bit. One moment. Can I?
Shut the fuck up, Tosaka. We're trying to talk over you.
I will. Can I go back to the main menu again? Options. No. Well, we can now always restart the game. One moment. Now that I know the volume, I can lower it a little bit.
I love technical difficulties.
I mean, these are not technical difficulties. This is first stream pains of figuring things out.
I love first stream paints.
We do love pain usually in this stream, I think. Tom hadn't seen me in the background. Let's try something like this. Now, not the entrance god, the special, thank you. Tosaka Shrine again. Is there any stream lag?
I'm wondering if like YouTube's just having a moment right now, because the one I have open is also like kind of sputtering every like 10 seconds.
Oh gosh. It is not. I am not dropping frames myself for once in my life, so
Well, it's happening to me, so it must be a holistic problem that everyone's experiencing.
It's fine to you. Okay. Also, can't you see the stream now? You? Okay, good. Because I just changed the resolution a bit.
The Discord stream's fine. It's
Yeah. A bit low, but we can turn it up. Oh, ye gods who absolve us of our human misfortunes, please guard us from disaster and purify our worldly sins. To thee I pray. I am not singing this shit, I'm sorry.
You're making the right choice.
I am not muting her, just lowering her a little bit to talk over her a bit. Welcome to the Tosaka Shrine. I shall now instruct you in our methods of offering and prayer. I like that she has the fucking sword. In order to keep from offending the gods, it is very important to cleanse yourself. And of course, one cannot forget the other rituals such as clapping your hands. But most important of all, donations! Over everything else, donations, understood?
God. No cash, no money. She's broke.
So when I spoke about the fact that the Toho and Fate continuities are very close, I didn't expect Ren of all people to be Reimu Hakare. It's such a... It's funny seeing you here after not being in Stay Night for a while. On the bottom of the screen are your current funds. Using your funds, you can buy Omikuji, Written Fortunes, and Emma, Votive Pictures. One Omikuji costs 100 gens. The fortunes range in type from great luck to great misfortune. The contents vary from business, love, and academics to travel and lost items. If you're dissatisfied with the results, and you've got the cash, trying again for a better one is a-okay. Ren, this is gambling. Ren, Rin, you've turned the shrine into a gambling den.
I'm so here for the Hollow Ataraxia gacha.
あまり度が過ぎちゃうのも考えものだけど
Extremely fair, Saja. Although it could probably behoove you to show the appropriate restraint.
エマはそれぞれ価格が異なって
Emma varying price. Hovering your cursor over the Emma will display its cost, so select it carefully after consulting with what remains in your wallet.
エマには当ファンディスク
Depicted on the Emma are the various character images, backgrounds, or other pictures used in this fan disc. Oh, this is how you unlock the gallery things.
中にはかなり貴重
It seems there are some rare and just plain strange ones among them too.
そのあたりは押して知るべし
Well, you probably guessed it already, and be sure to check out the short comments on each one you buy.
購入したエマ画像は
You can peruse the Emma images you have purchased at your leisure in the another gallery.
安心してね
I'm liking the news expressions as well.
Yeah, me too. I really liked that very smug one we just got, like 2 expressions ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Wack, can I be like so real? I'm
Yeah?
so excited to gamble with you.
First, the heroic spirits themselves, and now this. I can't believe the gacha has always been in fate.
Oh, the gacha is coming from inside the face.
再度選
The Emma you've already bought will have a mark on them. By clicking on them again, you can view the short comments, this time free of charge.
ゲーム開始時は
There won't be many Emma at the beginning of the game,
冬騎士の
but the number will gradually increase as you explore Fuyuki. How indecent! I love this expression though.
This is like the best Rin face I've ever seen.
I'm already so excited.
エマは全部で38種類
There are 38 Emma in total. Collect them all if you feel like it.
というかぜひに
Or perhaps I should say, do it even if it costs you your life. Think about the financial fate of our household.
Like,
肝心の
like our household?
なくなったらどうなるの
Like, are we married? Are we married with Tosaka?
ひどい
So then what happens if those all-important funds run out? If you were thinking that you're a sharp one.
所持金は最初は
Your starting 500 yen will also increase as you move through the game.
その方法
That method is top secret Tosaka information.
と
I
いう
suppose that's not much, so here's a bonus hint. I love that little bounce that she got there.
That was really, really cute.
Like that's already making me excited about the quality of the rest of like obviously this is post Heaven's feel, so
Like, what's it gonna be like when they use it seriously?
right?
貯金を増やすにはいくつか方法があるわ
Like that my sprite looks like I'm staring directly at Sakura's skirt. No!
Based.
There are several ways to increase your funds.
まずはひたすら
The first is to just progress through the story.
お金に関係
Maybe you should keep your eyes peeled for any episodes relating to money. Oh god, are we actually going to be trying to do part-time jobs with Shiro?
Jesus
そ
Christ.
れとま
Or challenge some traditional Japanese Wait, are we gonna play Mahjong? Are there minigames? Are there minigames in this game?
God, I hope so. God, I hope so.
あと
Or just be born with good fortune. Or something.
所持金はその都度お知
Your
らせ
funds will increase without warning, so keep that in mind. Those who are troubled by this, please continue your patronage for Shrine.
ではこれで説明
This concludes the explanation. Thanks for listening. Feel free to take your time looking around.
I'm here too, you know.
I love him. Oh my god,
good golly
actually.
gosh.
Also, Soja, technically speaking, there's gonna be stuff that you may not know, but if you just have like background, general knowledge of Stay Night, I think it should be fine. Good luck. Good luck. Work, prepare the environment. Travel, beware the thieves. Direction, southwest haunted house.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. About the Emma, do we have any event to get? 200, 100, 100. 1,300. I think I'm gonna hold off on purchasing the pictures just in case. I don't like they will unlock as more story things happen, so I don't imagine there would be any problem. But just in case, let's keep that a treat for. Is that Ryder on a bike? Is that Ryder on a bike?
There ain't nobody in this game with the middle part like that except her. Is that Caster above?
Yeah, that's Guster with Ku. And that's Gilgamesh question mark?
Good.
Oh, that's the Sakura sprite looking away.
Yeah!
And that's Saber in a tornado. What a charming game already, huh?
Oh my god, we haven't even started.
Some wallpapers are unsafe. I'll make sure to cancel the stream view if we are going to check those just in case.
Just fucking nuke it.
Let's start then, though. He said he was afraid of the night. City of Shinto, Kurokizaka District, Block 4, Semin Apartments, 11th floor, Room 2. That's where he lived. His name was, well, let's just call him Mr. A. Wait, I may know this story. Wait, I think I may know this story from Strange Fake. One moment.
Are we already getting into content?
Yeah. Mr. A was a student and, having just turned 20, had moved in at the beginning of spring. This was the first time he ever moved, the first time he ever lived by himself, and the first time he was in an unfamiliar neighborhood. Ooh, flag list we need to check at some point. It's spring! Shut up, all of you, it's spring in chat, shut the fuck up. Oh. While Mr. A, an introvert by nature, still felt lost, he was adjusting to life in Fujuki gradually. Mr. A was comfortable being alone in the first place, and never seemed to care much about having few friends or living among strangers. Rather, he preferred things that way. Mr. A, who could shut himself in his room, apparently liked not having his new life disturbed by anyone, be it friends or family. Mr. A was satisfied with his life, except for two things. The long hallway leading to the entrance, and the hopeless thoughtlessness of the family that moved in next door 1 month prior. What was bothering... no. What was unsettling him began since he moved into the apartment in spring. What his parents had set up for him was XXXX Gen monthly 4-bedroom apartment. The size was nothing to complain about. While Mr. A loved being alone, he had an inclination towards luxury and didn't favor living plainly. When it came to the dwelling, the bigger, the better. To someone like him, who hated the outside world, this place was a fortress. It had to be large and solid. It couldn't be easy to reach. He couldn't relax if it wasn't impenetrable. That's right. It wasn't that Mr. A liked being alone. It was the issue of others being near. He was unconsciously afraid of someone other than himself intruding into his space. There was another reason why Mr. A chose Semina Apartments. It was the distance from the living room to the door. The long hallway was the first and last obstacle to pass through in order to enter or leave the apartment. Oh, I don't like that. The 4-meter-long hallway stretched in a straight line from the living room to the door. There were neither storage rooms nor a bathroom along the way. It was an unusual hallway for an apartment to have, but it seems Mr. A took a liking to it for its length.
That's genuinely a horrifying background.
Yeah.
I hate that. I actually hate looking at that.
It took up the ideal amount of space and was an ideal entranceway. The far-off separation from the entrance was not so much a medium between inside and outside, it was more of an ambiguous boundary. It was unnatural. One could say that the hallway itself was the real entrance. However, once he began living there, something about the hallway started to worry him. With such splendid length, what could possibly worry him about it? After being puzzled for several months, he finally figured it out. It was simple. The long hallway had no lights. It looked like a structural flaw, had left no space to install any lights. The hallways of the other apartments had them, but only in room 2 of floor 11 were they forgotten. How stupid. Not the worker that forgot to install lights, but himself who had noticed only now after living there for several months. Come to think of it, he had already made a wrong turn the moment he had failed to realize what was amiss. Fall came, and the new tenants moved in next door. They were the kind of happy family you could find anywhere. A young married couple and a 3-year-old daughter. The only contact he had with them was limited to a simple greeting when they were moving in. All Mr. A knew about them was their surname, XX, and the daughter's name, Semina Apartments is an L-shaped building with only 2 apartments on each floor. At the center is the entrance into the building, and each apartment occupies the entire horizontal or vertical part of the L. At the entrance there is a door leading to the elevator and the emergency stairwell. Sometimes Mr. A could meet the XX couple at the entranceway, but on rare occasions, he saw the daughter alone by herself.
I super agree with that statement about the backgrounds. That is part of what got me about Tsukihime, is how realistic everything felt.
Ugh. Creeped you out? In the end, that's probably why horror moments hit you so hard in Tsukihime. Yeah, that's so fair.
That's exactly how I feel. I completely agree.
Also, I hate this. Ani-chan, won't you push the button for me? A bit weird to say about a building, a little bit. Whenever they met, she could say that. The elevator buttons were slightly above her height. It was not too high for her to reach, but for some reason, she never raised her hands above her shoulders. While he thought it was strange that a 3-year-old girl could go out by herself, he did what the girl asked. And he could see her not just on the 11th floor, but also at the entrance on the 1st floor. He could find the girl crouching in front of the elevator as he was coming home or leaving. She could raise her head and say, looking up at him, "Ani-chan, won't you push the button for me?" After having that exchange over and over again, Mr. A learned the girl's name. He did not remember it, however, perhaps because Mr. A had no interest in other people. Instead, he called her Little Red Riding Hood because she always wore a red hood. Pigeons, beasts, pick them up like hamburger.
In the entire VM.
I'll say it again, Mr. A was an introverted young man. As long as his lifestyle wasn't threatened, He didn't care about the outside world. Be it, for example, an argument heard from the other side of the wall, the sound of a little girl crying once every other day, a woman's screams that could only be described as shrieking, the girl not being able to raise her arm above her shoulders due to a neglected bone fracture, or her wearing a red hood to hide the bruises on her face because her father told her to. Well, the stuff that only concerns other people. Ruckus of the neighboring room was only about a meter away from the door, but who could blame him? It was, after all, a long haul. The source of the screaming was several meters away, and he inevitably had to ignore it while watching TV. But on that night, it was especially loud. A blood-curdling scream. Then, siren-like crying. Then, the sound of a door being opened violently, reverberating in the entranceway. Then, the sound of something banging on Mr. A's door. That night had been aggravating to Mr. A, who had been quietly enjoying a late-night broadcast at 2 a.m. He was about to get up and ask them to behave like reasonable human beings. And so get up he did, but soon sat back down. It will probably end soon anyway.
Well put in chat. I could easily blame him.
Yeah, absolutely. Their affairs were none of Mr. A's business. Butting in at this point could get him overly involved, so he avoided thinking about it. Whatever it is, it's their own responsibility. People ought to handle their own problems by themselves. And so Mr. A took the remote and raised the volume by 5 bars. By the end of the night, as he was turning off the TV and falling asleep, the usual nighttime silence had finally returned. The next day, Mr. A learned that there had been a family suicide next door. It was the first time he had ever been questioned by the police. The night before, after having an argument, Mrs. murdered Mr. with a blade. After slashing her only daughter, she took her own life. When asked about it, "I slept like a log and didn't hear anything," was Mr. A's answer. The officers thanked Mr. A for his cooperation and was about to leave. As he was walking away, Mr. A asked just one question. Excuse me, but what happened to their daughter? Lowering his eyebrows, the officer replied, "You can take the police officer if you want."
We analyzed the blood remaining on the weapon, and there's no doubt she had been stabbed. Judging from the bloodstain, the wound was fatal.
Except, the young officer muttered uncomfortably,
But there is no corpse. The body's nowhere to be found. Neither in the room nor in the entranceway she ran to.
what happened was simple. After being stabbed by her mother, the Little Red Riding Hood seems to have managed to escape into the entranceway. After that point, however, the trail stops. The bloodstains stop in front of the elevator. So, why didn't she use the elevator? In fact, oh, that's the officer.
So why didn't she use the elevator? In fact, why didn't she seek help from you? No matter how frantic she may have been, she should have been able to ring the doorbell at least.
Oni-chan, won't you push the button for me? Mr. A couldn't bring himself to say that either button was far out of the girl's reach. The officer left and because then he would know that he knew that the girl was being harmed by her family and couldn't raise her arms either, huh?
Sheesh. This
The
is starting off heavy but good.
Yeah. The officer left, and Mr. A remained standing in the doorway, deep in thought. 2 o'clock at night. He pictured the little girl, escaped from her crazed mother but unable to leave the entranceway. Desperately banging on Mr. A's door, on the verge of collapse, with a tear-stained face. And in the end, the girl's body was never found. Several days passed. Late at night, always at the same time, Mr. A started noticing a strange noise. The noise itself wasn't loud. If he didn't pay attention to it, it was almost inaudible. At first, Mr. A didn't think anything about what it could be. He told himself that it was just wind shaking the window. But the noise came back every night. Bang, bang. It was a noise that was faint enough to be non-existent, yet it was getting on his nerves. When he realized that the noise wasn't from the window, but rather echoing in the hallway. Mr. A walked down the long hallway and brought himself to the door. He asked who it was through the intercom. No response. The moment Mr. A came out to the door, the sound, the noise which had been so soft moments ago. He looked outside through the peephole. A round, distorted view. Nobody was there, just a clean-looking entranceway. Nothing except red specks on the cream-colored floor that... His eardrums felt like they were going to burst. There was no one in the entrance, but the noise did not stop. Mr. A tried to look deeper into the peephole. Maybe there was someone there. Maybe he couldn't see at this angle. The noise continued. Wait, there was something under the peephole, just outside of his view. Open it. Something red, wearing a hood, was clinging onto the door. He ran back down the long hallway. The clock was showing 2 a.m. Those late-night visits became a routine event. The noise continued every night. Mr. A never opened the door. Then one night, it happened again. It was insignificantly quiet. He could have just brushed it off as being part of his imagination. The evening is frightening. But now, cutting away at his nerves like a now it had been an unavoidable angst that had stained his brain, cutting away at his nerves like a blade. With each day, Mr. A's mind was being cornered. It was the end of autumn. He could now hear it no matter what time it was. That night, he came to a decision. I am getting very, the heart under the floorboards, Edgar Allan Poe.
Telltale Heart. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
He could see for himself what was clinging to the door.
My heart is beating so fucking fast right now.
Hey, Feifei, hi. He walked down the long hallway. The light from the entranceway leaked in from behind the door, passing through the unlit corridor. Open it. He pushed the door open. There was nothing there. There was no one there. That painful knocking that had been echoing in his skull was gone as well. Of course, there was nothing. Something that ridiculous couldn't be true. There had never been any noise. There had never been a Red Hood. Laughter and relief mixed together. His chilled body rapidly regained its warmth. He had just been hearing things. Somehow, it seems that incident had gotten to him. Without realizing it, he had felt guilty and developed paranoia. But that was all over. It all ended the moment he opened the door. Wiping sweat off his forehead, he closed the door. Once he had locked the door, he raised his head. Before his very eyes, down the long, dark hallway that he had been so fond of. His eyes widened. In the middle of the corridor there was something. Wearing a red hood. A familiar dead body. It seemed to be pleading at him. Somehow, Mr. A knew that it could be the last thing he could hear before his death. From within the darkness, its lips moved. Like a watermelon that had been bored into with a knife. With a blood-stained voice, the Little Red Riding Hood spoke to him.
お兄ちゃん、ボタン。
Pardon. Fudge! What was that supposed to be? That sucked! And seriously, what's with those visual effects? It's absurd, too many details, too much good acting, and also this story's too long? What's wrong with that Mr. A guy? Dude, if things get that freaky, then move out! Move out!
It was a diegetic ghost story.
It was.
Oh, it worked on me.
October 11, past midnight, in a guest room at the Ryudo Temple. Makidera Kaire, shrieking voice, resounds through the full sky.
引っ越せって、それができたら苦労しないでしょ。
Should I?
Yes, please take me to Suri.
Ooh, that's easy for you to say. Even you've been saying things like, I swear I'll leave that house for how many years now? It's the way people are. A little anxiety isn't enough to make them leave something they're attached to, you see. If everybody would move just because of one little ghost, there'd be nobody left on this island by now.
I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit more again.
Mm-hmm.
But extremely good start already. Ajako, our beloved.
The last time I saw you, you were a drink.
The last time we saw Ajako, she was in Shiro's dream with a very, very gay Rin Tosuka.
She was a drink then too.
You can take her to if you want.
Those are profound words indeed. Ghost stories are an inseparable part of our lives. By the way, how's the geisha in your hallway?
There isn't one! We don't have any noble falls like those! And it's not like there's any water leaking into your hall at midnight even when it's not raining, and it's not like my ancestors were inland sea pirates either!
So your place is that old, huh? Was that hallway story a Kimon for you?
This isn't canon. Issei couldn't allow all of these women into the temple. That's so funny. Shut up, I'm not afraid of any hallway. I want to move into a stylish modern apartment. And what's a Kimon? Is that some kind of new chakra, huh?
You know what a chakra is, but not a Kimon.
Oh my god, I kinda love it casual Issei.
If it weren't for the glasses, he'd look remarkably like Shinji.
A little bit, actually.
A Kimon refers to a bad direction or bad omen. To be precise, it's the northeast direction. In other words,
Do you have a suggestion, Joni? Issei's hell, he's in a room with 3 girls. Ryudo, Issei. Wait, no. Why are we giving him this, like, really charming wink? Why is he hot? Wait.
I've got bad news, it's working on me.
The son...
favorite misogynistic thing.
The son of Leader Temple's head monk and the president of the student council. Issei, who came with us as a supervisor in his official role, briefly glances at me. I see you Temple will sure know the stuff. But no thanks, what I want to hear about is more of those cosmic kind of stories, not ghosts or that kind of stuff. Like, you know, a meteorite falling on Tosaka's place in the Edo period, or there being a huge cavern underneath Fujiruki. You know, stuff with realism. She doesn't know, chat.
She doesn't know.
She doesn't fucking know, chat.
But I thought the story just now was quite realistic. What actually happened was that the real murderer was Mr. A, and he hid the girl's corpse inside a wall in the hallway, correct? Oh, it was very Telltale Heartfield.
Actually, yeah, huh? Kane-chan, I think that defeats the purpose of a ghost story.
You wanted me to tell a realistic story? Makida, what do you think a ghost story is supposed to be?
Is the volume well, by the way? I don't know how loud the music is for all of you. I'm seeing it get close to the jello. It's fine? Okay, good.
Well, conspiracy theories are Tosaka's domain. If you want to hear one, why don't you wait until it's her turn?
There she is.
There she
Nothing
is.
like that. I don't really know any that could suit Makidera-san's taste. Kosuga counters elegantly. You can't believe we did a cold open to this genuinely harrowing story and then we just got to this goofy shit. That's fate. A moment. The problem I'm having is that, oh. Ah. That will do it. The Master Volume. That's a good, absolutely good kill. That's a proper horror writer, yeah.
It's because he is one.
He is.
He just includes lots of, like, aftercare in his horror.
Heaven's Fields was severely horror. That's our usual manners at this sort of gathering. I did turn the voices up a little bit, but I didn't, let me, there's gonna be a little bit of fiddling around with the whole thing. Mineko has negative aftercare.
そりゃ失礼。じゃあマトは1年の誰かがマト首相はああ見えてすごく怖いとか言ってたけど。
Oh, sorry, I was so dissociating.
Don't worry.
Sorry. How about Mato? I once heard from the first year that Captain Mato can be surprisingly frightening.
Oh man. He's being brought up now. Maybe a bit less?
私ですか？
Oh, Sakura's here too!
怖い話が好きなんじゃなくて。
It's not that I like scary stories exactly, I'm just good with them.
ところで水釣り先輩。
By the way,
そんなこと言ったのは
Senpai,
誰でしょうか？
who told you that?
Yeah, she's the captain now!
Good for her.
Yeah, it's the new headmate! There she is! Sakura, you have to understand that is the scary part. I love that she has just the Fujine outfit still. Sakura being in the same room in public as Rin. She lets out quietly. No one here knows that Tosuka Rin and Mato Sakura are sisters yet.
I don't mind you having a good time, but we just started. Do you want to continue or not? Personally, I think this meeting will have to be suspended if Makidera is going to continue causing a ruckus.
Yeah, no. Sakura's that on the candle almost flickered out. Oh, I love this girl. I love this girl so much. Oh. So about those spoilers, Ulmao, this is the sequel to Fate Stay Night. At that point,
Yeah, it's not being considered as sleeping monks. Makidera promises to stop screaming. Let's continue.
I wasn't trying to be noisy. All I did was offer constructive criticism of Mitsusuri's boring story. But are you going to criticize the next one too? That's a problem. I do realize that asking Makidera to control herself is about as hopeless as asking someone to stop breathing. So, what do you say? Can't you stop breathing? Yeah, I can. The second best thing I'm good at after track is swimming. See? Let's continue. Isn't it Segusa-san's turn? The voices have the... Oh! Oh, that explains it! Oh. That explains it!
Others.
I mean, we have not met them yet.
Let's not turn Shinji to 0.
That's real. That's Issei, not Senji. Okay, but I never told a ghost story before. So I was thinking the exact same as I was. That should balance out the voice volume with the master volume and everything. I'm sorry to be fiddling with this so much. I feel like I am being excessive to a degree that shouldn't be happening, you know? But I wanna make sure. It's alright, don't worry about trying to scare us. The Taylor story Ajako told us was actually based on a real event. Makidera-san was scared because she probably knew about what happened in Semina apartments. I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so anal about this. I'm so...
Whack, you gotta stop.
Okay, I will stop. I'll just leave it here.
If someone complains, we can fiddle with it.
Oh. Really?
Yes, there was an actual family suicide in the seminar apartments. The fact that 1 month later the young man living next door went missing, police were asked to start an investigation, is also true.
Stop! Stop! I kinda love her. Mr. A went on a journey of self-discovery for some reason, a wonderful reason. He'll come back one day when he becomes a big man. How did you make up weird reasons for the disappearance of such a great guy? You're rotten to the core, Mrs. Ayako. Did Mr. A really vanish?
Big man. Yes, a resident from the same apartment said so. Right, Miss Mitsuri? That's how it is. I guess I didn't need to dramatize it that much. It probably would have been enough to just tell the actual rumors. Makidera is also a scaredy cat, so Segusa-san should try something along the same lines. Stories about ghosts that you might have heard from somebody, maybe?
Oh, I know a bunch. Does everybody know about the ghost in the window? It started as a rumor that spread in the second semester. What's that? It's the first time I've heard about it.
The one about the shadow in a haunted Western house? I think I heard first-year students in the archery club mention it before.
Yeah, that haunted house. There is an abandoned Western-style house somewhere in Fujuki, and if you go there when it's dark, a shadow from a window on the second floor will stare back at you.
Interesting.
What kind of shadow, Yukichi? And what do you mean by a house somewhere in Fujuki? I don't really know myself. I think it's a mansion that people usually avoid. I heard someone actually saw it though. That person got lost and eventually came upon a Western-style house that was surrounded by trees. There were no signs of people living there, but there was a woman's ghost on the second floor. An abandoned mansion with a lady inside? Isn't that Tosaka's Tosaka, your house is being turned into a haunted mansion. Huh? That's what it was. I'm so sorry, Tosaka-san. Is that really your house? You don't have to apologize, Segusa-san. This isn't the first time that my house has been treated like that. I've already gotten used to baseless slander like Makidera's. Baseless slander wouldn't be entirely inaccurate. The Tosaka residence is actually a type of haunted house. Okay then, let's talk about Shinto instead. There is this story that lately, in the evening in Shinto, you can see a huge string-like thing in the sky. Unsure of herself, Segusa Yukika looks at the crowd. I'd said that she's looking for witnesses. Did anyone see any string-like things? Hey, Rukan, hi!
Hi! I've heard about this before, but unfortunately, I've yet to encounter anything otherworldly.
It's okay, Aru, don't worry. Also, yeah, I am really loving the camera angles on this one so far.
I'm loving this character's design. Like a lot.
When you say sky, do you mean the evening sky? This wouldn't happen to be about a shadow on top of the center building.
That's a pretty specific example. Now, I've heard the story of the red figure on top of the center building a lot, but I think Segusa-san's story is different.
That feel when all the rumors are just written. There's something mysterious about the way Mitsutsuri Ajako looks at Tosaka. As if she knows the truth behind that. Tosaka, who prefers wearing red, makes a sour face. It's been half a year since the 5th Holy Grail War ended. That means that she's probably still patrolling the area at night.
Makidera-senpai, have you seen it?
Nope, but it has to be a UFO.
This sucks. Oh my god, I love her.
I am immediately charmed. I'm drinking my estrogen.
I'm so charmed. I have to take my estrogen.
An UFO with twin tails. God.
I knew it. Makidera, you have no idea what a ghost story is. Looks like it. What we're doing right now is occult, not cosmic. I hate to tell you this, Maki, but there won't be any of your favorite movement stories tonight.
I don't read those kind of funny out of whack books. They're seriously dumb.
Well, those dumb parts are, in a way, irresistible. Now, how about the mirage in the Shinto sky?
Everyone shakes their heads. Unfortunately, there are no witnesses. However, I've been getting this feeling from a little bit ago. how should I put it?
On the topic of rumors, here's one more from me. Everyone has heard about the castle built in the forest at the outskirts of Fuyuki, right? Seems like there's been a new addition to that story. When someone enters, spirits of the old Imperial Army materialize and send them off to the battlefield.
It's not Shinji. Wait, are you saying that Issei is wearing Shinji's clothes? Wait.
I wonder why he'd be doing that.
Hold up, wait. That is a huge brain thing. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's the Einsbring Castle.
After overcoming many obstacles, the heroes stay overnight at the Phantom Castle, and are looked after by 2 maid sisters, or something like that.
Huh? Ryo-kun, did the dream melt your brains by chance?
Why, I don't think it's abnormal, but there have been people who have seen it.
I do think.
Oh, I do think it's abnormal, but there have been people who have seen it. If you think I'm lying, you should go there yourself, alone.
Crap. This is funny.
Can't tell which one that is.
That is, Mitsusuri.
So what does Amiya think about Ryodo's tall tale?
Mitsusuri shifts the conversation to me. Up until now, I'd been just an observer. Oh well, I had been keeping my mouth shut because I don't know how to comment on this. But there's no way Issei could be making things up. Little Temple is close to the forest, so it might actually be there, surprisingly. It's not that I have no idea what it might be. Putting that aside for the moment, I feel bad about breaking the conversation, but I got to go to the bathroom. Bathroom break. Sorry, I'll be coming back without you guys realizing it, so just go on. I'll be there to scare Makidera when you get to a good part. Whatever, try it if you can. I'm also a lady, I can't lose to Amiya. There goes Makidera, as usual, reacting in a weird way. Shinji being completely silent during all of this is so incredibly in character, if he's here.
If he's even here.
Ever since I Ever since I started having lunch with Tosuka, Makidera has been acting like this all the time. Oh my god, she's jealous. Oh, new angle of the rear temple.
Ooh.
It's chilly outside. The night air in the mountains is cold and crisp, unlike in the city. Exposed to the cool air, my unclear head and ambiguous thoughts become more defined, waking me up. Looking up at the night sky, I let out a heavy sigh. I've already walked some 20 meters away from the room, huh? It's not every day that I find myself trying to think about something for no reason in a temple's passage. Now then, what should I try contemplating first? Maybe I should try organizing my thoughts on how things ended up being like this. Speaking of things happening to me recently, there's the story of today's training camp. It involves the upcoming cultural festival, Sakura, who is working hard as the captain of the archery club, Mitsusuri, who was looking out for her, and the strange relationship with the track and field club. At the end of a complicated argument, little by little, a training camp was being set up for the cultural festival. Issei offered the location, and I was invited as hard labor. Basically, I'm in charge of the food. Yes! Yes! Life's as hectic as ever, but at least things are peaceful. 6 months ago, it was a battle for the Holy Grail, with all the consequences. In that battle, something was lost, and something was gained. It's been enough time to look back and reflect on those events. I've settled down. The Holy Grail War is a thing of the past. There is no reason for another conflict to spark in Fuyuki. The Holy Grail is gone, the servants have vanished, Death won't return, and life continues without problems. There is no need for these days to change. The factors linking them together are almost all there. Linking a similar tomorrow with yesterday, and enjoying the slight changes in the proper way of life for a person. I thought stop. I'm certain there was another reason for the training camp. What was it?
Who?
It's jump scare. I'm pretty sure there was something standing toward the corner of my vision just now. In the direction of the temple grounds. It's too far off to get a good look, but there's a human figure running toward the back hill. I thought that was going to be a choice, but no. No, that was not Ilya. I don't think so, at least. I thought there was gonna be a choice. Yeah,
I also thought it was gonna be a choice.
That was set up with a pause, like it was gonna be a choice, and then it didn't give it to me. It subverted my expectations.
Oh, we're going into it early, huh?
It's probably a monk or something from somebody from the temple. We aren't the only ones in Rito Temple. I really shouldn't be worried about random people. That's right. More importantly, bathroom.
Go piss, boy.
Go piss, boy. Increasing my pace, I jog down the hallway. Whoops. I just bumped into someone coming from around the corner. Excuse me. My apologies. I was dazing off for a bit.
Is that?
My mind freezes. I am surprised to even know what I am surprised about. You should be careful too. Running in the hall is bad manners, boy.
Those pointy ears.
Yeah, this is the first time you've seen her without the hood, right?
Wow. I didn't realize she was perfect. My mistake.
Yeah,
That's
so
fucking Gaster.
That's Gaster without the hood, yeah. Gaster walks past me. She's as refined as sarcastic as always, but seeing her face unhooded is quite rare.
Holy shit.
However, what was I so surprised about? Oh, right. Gaster sure is a beauty. Wait. This monologue restarts my frozen mind, and I keep on going. Wait.
Something's wrong.
I see. I clear my head. There's definitely bullshit going on here.
What do you see, girl?
I know, I see that he mentioned that the servants were gone, and there's like the little lapse of something is wrong, but I can't put my finger on it.
But there was Caster. As always.
Having finished my business, I'm back in the guest room. I see what we're playing at here. I'm very interested in seeing where this goes now.
And thus, Yahachi was resurrected. The mother's mad desire to once again see her beloved son, abused to death by the villagers, had resurrected the dead. However, the resurrected Yahachi was missing many vital parts. He had no arms, no legs, no entrails, no brain. To get replacements for the missing parts, every night, from the captured villagers she locked away, she would...
Issei's eyes are gleaming. I expected no less of the son of a monk. When it comes to graveyards, corpses, and karma, he has no rival. It goes without saying how Makidera would react, but the ghost story expert Himuro, Mitsutsuri, and even Tosuka are silently getting ready for the conclusion. Whoa! Wait,
sir? Huh?
Kusuki?
You weren't there a second ago. You weren't there. That would have been notable.
It is the same with everyone.
Well, if
Hold
Caster's-
on.
Of course you-
There was something weird just now. Suki-sensei is also quietly listening to Issei's story. Or brave leader, Fujine.
それはなぜ強いと思う
What do you think tigers are tough?
生まれつき怖い
They got anti-horror story genes, that's why. You guys don't have any, so you've got to build up resistance to them.
Something's fucky.
She had said on the verge of tears, now she's already asleep. I think this is what they call a abdication of leadership. But since she couldn't let a meeting of a crowd of young people in the dark go unmonitored, she asked Kuzuki-sensei to take the reins of authority. Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
And so the dead Yahachi gained a mind. Alas, by the time Yahachi could finally call his mother's name, she had passed away. The black arts had consumed his mother. Yahachi was saddened. He could no longer feel so much joy over living once more. All he had was grief for the mother who withstood such agony to revive him.
Comedic timing is one of them, yeah. Are they like mentally backfilling these reality ripples? I have no fucking clue what is going on, but it's so interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, something's wrong. Reality's unfolding before our very eyes. Details are slipping in and out without explanation.
I am thinking back on how the moment that Shira looked at the sky and said that everything was fine, there was the whole of the Holy Grail in the sky, right? For a moment.
Like, no, it wasn't fine, boss.
Oh no. I blame Mr. A.
And so, Yahachi would attempt to resurrect his mother, just like she did him. But no matter how many times he tried, he failed.
I like the way that he's putting on a voice too.
No matter how many times he meticulously traversed the path of heresy his mother took, no matter how many mountains of villagers' flesh, no matter how many lakes of blood he used, his mother would never be revived. I love this sprite.
Why? Zombies are supposed to make other zombies. Give him a break and make some more. It's not weird to have 2 moms or 10 moms nowadays. Based. Why are you talking like an old man, Mr. President of the Student Council?
Stop ruining the mood, Makidara. It's the Ryudo family tradition for the story to be told this way.
I kinda love him.
I'm really here. The truth was that Yahachi and his mother were different. There was a problem of the boundary. Whatever black or supernatural art is used, there is one thing that can never be granted. That is, only the living can revive the dead. The dead consuming the dead only create more of the same kind. They cannot bring them back to life. That gives birth not to a person, but to a flesh-eating monster, and no more.
Is there any Tsukihime in that? That feels Tsukihime.
A little bit. That phrasing feels very Tsukihime, but it's a little too broad.
That's a good lesson. It is true that the wishes of the dead cannot be granted. It is always the breath of life that causes things to happen. Even if the deceased were to be granted life once again, without a doubt, the dead cannot ever bring back the dead. Oh god, this is tying now with the fact that we've seen fucking Castro and Kazuki alive.
Yeah.
It has always been like that. Only the living can bring back the dead.
Unaware of that, Yahachi continues to take the blood and flesh of the living for his mother. They say that even to this day, he's still collecting people's limbs at Ryudo Mountain. This is the story of Mukurozaka Yahachiro, and the history of the Kageyama Entrail Graveyard.
Issei ends his tale. The candle is blown out. His turn is sober. I admit, you got me there. I never expected the son of a monk to tell a story about a graveyard while we're staying at the temple. My compliments to you, to your childishness.
Today, this is my base camp. To annihilate the infidels, I'll use whatever I can.
Who's next? The staple of camping trips, ghost stories, could go around in a circle.
Emiya, you're up. I know it's gonna be tough following up after the President Ryudo, but do give it a good shot.
Yeah, chat. I was thinking too.
That was a interesting choice of words.
It is blown out by who? Fucking Berserker? Why not at this point, right? Also, you said something earlier, I missed it. We do know from the explanation of Reality Marbles that the world tries to smooth out distortions like this aggressively, no? So that could easily be a side effect. Yeah. Like there's something weird.
No need to worry, Mizutsuri-senpai. Senpai's wonderful at telling ghost stories, right? They're pretty effective at frightening Fujimura-sensei in the summer.
I love her. Sorry, I was just so happy to see her again. Everyone's eyes focus on me. I've got a couple of ghost stories on me, but this is the first time I've ever told one to this many people. In fact, I don't really like telling stories in the first place. I can't do the weird dramatization, and I can't really tell if they're good or not. Relax, Emiya-kun. Just imagine you're in your storehouse like always. You will be fine. Well, now I feel awkward. Oh well. It's really not like me, but this is a part of the festival. To wrap up this great trip. Okay. Here goes. A long one. Doing something I usually wouldn't. I start telling my story for the first time. An extract is made from the middle, a tale begins. Heavens feel Backnight 1? Wait, huh?
Huh? What?
Oh, for an unknown period of time, I was crouching down. Not a single moan escapes me. My throat has been pierced by a rotting branch. My tongue was the first to be pulled out. My vocal organs have been carefully destroyed to silence me. I have no body to struggle in pain. My limbs have been completely severed. It's as if only my heart is still living. My body stopped working long ago, but my sense of pain alone has yet to fail me. Living and being in pain are one and the same. As long as I continue to exist, even as only a heart, the pain will not end. For a long time, I have been left in this sunny spot. It is hope at its highest and despair at its deepest. How idiotic. It must be some detestable figment of my imagination. A misunderstanding coming from my insufficient awareness and inadequate experience. I repeat the cycle of pain and relief. It reminds me of the exercise repetitions I supposedly experienced in my childhood. Up to heaven, down to hell, west, east. That's far away, deeper than everyone, like a cradle, a paradise blooms without an exit. It's not painful to have no limbs, to lose myself bit by bit. I'm just scared. I'm scared of being nothing. I can't bear the lie of ceasing to be anything. If nothing comes from this, then this is nothing more than suffering for the sake of suffering. My body is on the verge of death. While desperately wishing to die, I frantically wish to continue living. That contradiction. Men of older times called it hell. How wonderful. I can hear a silver-colored song. Be honest? I didn't want to die. eye hole in the grill. I don't know what's happening. For a long time, she was in a state of suspended animation. Here's something. I don't know what is going on anymore.
Me neither.
Click. Click. Sounds like pebbles hitting each other, and it's somehow rhythmical, reminding me of a lively polka. With an absent mind, I listen only to that sound. Where am I? I can't remember, no. I don't feel like remembering. My indolence is embarrassing. It's ridiculous how I'm awake, but my mind and will are still asleep. Oh, I think I know who this is. Wait. Ooh, okay, I don't exactly know voicing wise who or if who's gonna be voicing this one. I strain my lumbering head and limbs and crack the whip at my mullish body. Pushing my arms downward, I slightly prop up my body that was lying face down. I seem to be on a couch. How long have I been sleeping? When I try to recall that, when I try to recall where I am in the first place, my forehead is struck by severe pain. I feel dizzy. It's almost like the morning after a bout of heavy drinking. I have the bad habit of showing off by drinking all night despite being a weak drinker, but luckily, there isn't a trace of alcohol inside me. Who do you think should do this voice? I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't exactly know who this is either. There's two people this could be. I'm leaning toward one of them. Anya, I can get the next one. Okay, Anya, you go for this one.
Where is this?
While still mentally unfocused and unsteady, I check my surroundings. I ought to be in a mansion. I don't recognize it. I can't recall why I'm here and why I have been asleep until now. Click, click, click. Sound continues. There's no clock. It's pitch black outside. My God is telling me it's past midnight. Inside, there's... No. I can't see at all. Not only do my arms and legs feel heavy, but my vision has also been weakened, it appears. I know the layout of the room, but it's too blurry for me to get a good view of it. Still, I attempt to grasp my current situation. And finally... Oh, hi! Yeah! I finally notice that in front of me, someone is sitting with his back faced toward me. Man? It is too dark for my weakened vision, so I can't quite make it out. I can still tell that it is the shadow of a man. The man is sitting and looking downward. He's in a reading posture and pays no notice to me. Man, you're all very normal about this, man. It looks as if he's engrossed with something. What is he doing? I slowly push myself up and look at his hands. It was easier for my arms and legs to recover than it was for my mental ability and vision. Once I start moving, my mobility will increase the more I move. It's not a book he's occupied with. It's I believe it's a picture puzzle? A simple game with the picture broken up into 16 pieces. The pieces are removed and the rest are shuffled and then moved into the open block to bring it back into the original picture, I think. It's an amusement aimed at children that everybody has picked up at least once. He's still occupied with the puzzle. I stop looking at him and raise myself up to a sitting position on the sofa. Yo, finally awake, master! He says, as if he were an old friend of mine.
Master?
I'm startled by my mumbled voice. What, are you still half asleep? Come on, get up! You look dead. Where all that discipline of yours go, huh? Oh, I like the cocky, sound of his voice, actually.
I'm into it.
He lads viciously. His voice is irritating, but I don't feel any anger. Stunned, I look at him in confusion.
Why am I?
That question came first. No matter how hard I try, I can't remember why I had been asleep. He furrows his eyebrows, odd considering I can't see very well, and points to the corner of the room. There is an old, dull mirror in the corner. Take a look for yourself. After all, you can't do everything on your own. I walk up to the mirror on unsteady feet. There isn't any lighting, and the pale moonlight sharpens the darkness. There is a cloudy mirror, abandoned for many years, in this godforsaken mansion. Oh, in it, looking at me, stunned, is unmistakably myself. My voice slips out. This doesn't make any sense. Why am I startled at seeing the body that I had grown up with for more than 20 years? Dark red hair and eyes. An unlikable thing. No, don't say that. No, don't say that. Nazi, you devil, you've done it again.
Nazi, you devil.
Useful only for intimidating others. Ma'am, have self-confidence. Everyone in this room wants to do unspeakable things to you.
What's going on?
An armor of male attire that denies any femininity. This is me. Same old me. The same plain old Vazet Fragamagramet.
That is a name.
That's a name we have actually seen before.
Have we?
In the last episode of Fate Stay Night, actually, in one of the extra content.
Why am I not remembering the context?
And yet, I am still startled. I can feel that there's something wrong with the figure shown in the mirror. As if there's something extra. And if if something that ought to be there is missing. Just as that paradoxical notion entered my mind. Back to normal yet? In that case, time to go a-killin'. It's not our style to lose all the time, eh? Master? Is that one word? He erased a small doubt that something was out of place. Master. Why had I forgotten that word? The battle for a miracle. 7 magi putting their lives on the line. The master of the ultimate familiar wielding the Holy Grail. That is why I'm here. To participate in the great ritual known as the Holy Grail War of this Asian island country. Holy Grail is a holy artifact said to grant the wishes of its master, but there has yet to be one who has obtained the true Holy Grail. It is ultimately no more than a legend. The Holy Grail summoned in Fujuki is an imitation based on this legend. However, though it may not be the original, as long as it is a powerful artifact that grants wishes, it is called a Holy Grail. To the Magi, the matter of true and false is a lesser issue. The main concern is whether or not that imitation is powerful. In this case, the Holy Grail in Fujuki could be said to be of great concern. Old man boys, is this, Silrich? Or someone from the association, I have no idea. The 726 Holy Grails summoned in that land has the potential to become the real one. In the name of the order we seek, keep it away from the world of the man. That was the decision of the Mages Association, an organized self-defense body for the concealment of magic, nondescript authority figure, generic clock tower folk. The Holy Grail War of this land is a competition between magi. There is a limit to the number of participants. The association was allowed only one seat. The person to be chosen was one who was a specialist at combat. A person that was suited to use magic, not for the sake of academia, but as a weapon. It is a Far Eastern country's ritual, one that has nothing to do with the faction struggles within the association, and is nothing but a nuisance. A battle where defeat is not allowed, but victory could bring no glory. I was selected for that very battle. This meant using an artifact passed down within my family as the summoning catalyst for my servant. Carrying the burden of the prestige and trust of the association, and the means to fight, I departed. We're not worried in the slightest. Wouldn't you agree, Bazet Fragmag Remit? You are an excellent magus. There is no one better than you in combat. If there were, your position here could have become shaky. Laughing spitefully, they saw me off. As they said, it was only in combat that they had absolute faith in me as well as derision. God's holder, tradition carrier. The other name I'm called by, an ability in magic, making use of the old blood passed down in my lineage that determine who I am.
Yes, I joined the Holy Grail as a master.
To fight in and win the war as a magus of the association. That is my mission. That alone should have been my mission. But why? I have a vague feeling that I was looking for something other than the Holy Grail. Something or someone? If that was the case, there may have been someone I wanted to meet more than getting the Holy Grail. I can't remember what happened to me in the last few days. I know who I am, but what happened later? What happened since I came to Fuyuki is a blur. I remember joining the battle as a master. I remember patrolling the city with my servant. But there are still many blanks. Last few days. That's right. My memory of everything that has happened since I came to the city has been clouded. Have I been sleeping in this house in the first place? Hello! How are you planning on spacing out, lady? We don't have all day. Let's wrap things up. The figure that is speaking to me. He's a servant. A being given form from the summoning of a legendary hero, what is called a heroic spirit. They are the most powerful familiars that a human being can control. There is a path between master and servant to supply magical energy. My magical energy, or to be more direct, my life energy, is what powers that servant. I can tell that my body is acting as the wedge that pins this servant to this plane of existence. He is definitely my servant. But still, was this the servant I summoned?
Are you my servant?
Oh my god, the roles are reversed there! Are you my master inverted?
Fascinating.
I ask while struggling with this headache. Say what? The servant rose up and is now staring at me, finally noticing that something is amiss. Hey, lady. From the look of you, I'm gonna guess that you're still not ready to fight. shadow sways, almost like a flame. I can feel it in my guts. This man may be a servant, but he's certainly not on my side. This is the sort of wild animal that would kill his master to become free as soon as he gets the chance. The relationship between master and servant is not based on trust among employer and employee. It is only a relationship of cooperation based on mutual gains and losses. Letting down one's guard, showing even the slightest weakness, means risking being stabbed in the back that very instant. Hey, your concerned partner is asking you a question. You're supposed to answer.
Yes, I suppose I should. To be quite honest, my abilities have suffered a decline. There's no hindrance to movement, but my mind is in disarray. In particular, my memory of yesterday is vague.
There is no benefit in hiding the cloudiness in my memory. I look back at the servant and reveal my current disorder. However, I didn't reveal what had to be hidden. I cannot tell him that my vision has weakened, nor that my memory is not vague but rather missing. These are my current weaknesses. If I told him, that servant would immediately rear his fangs at me. The best I can do is behave normally, while getting information from the servant and trying to recover my memory. Your memory is vague? You summoned me, but you don't have a clue about the Holy Grail War yourself? Cut me some slack, lady. I could have been 10 times better off hooking up with a complete rookie.
No, I know very well who I am. I remember summoning you, as well as joining the Holy Grail War as a master. What is vague is what happened afterwards. For example, I just cannot seem to remember why I was sleeping here.
Without showing any sense of weakness, I tell him the truth. Whether it worked or not, the taint of suspicion that the servant had been carrying grew fainter.
I will repeat myself. Why was I sleeping here?
How the hell should I know? You're the one that said you were gonna use this place as a safe house. And you're the one that said you were gonna take a nap because you were tired right after summoning me. Ring a bell. Huh. Yes. For coming to Fujuki, I did investigate suitable safe houses as potential bases at the association. Among the ones I checked, yes. This mansion should have been one of those. Ah. My mind grows hazy. When I try to recall what happened, I start to feel faint. I shouldn't push myself too hard right now. I have to hear what happened from the servant.
Yes, I was the one that decided to use this mansion as a safe house. I remember that. And then I summoned you.
I remember indistinctly that this happened. I did form a contract with this servant in this mansion. Right. And you fell right asleep. You just told me your name and said something like, "Don't do anything until I wake up." Thanks to you, I've been sitting here all day. Why do I have to take a backseat when I got called here to do some killing? Only my name? No. More importantly, what this servant is saying is dangerous. It is very reassuring that he loves fighting, but it will be a problem if he loves it more than is necessary.
Wait, we did not even discuss a basic battle plan.
Nope, probably didn't need to. You probably already checked out the city beforehand. Other stuff like what the Holy Grail War is supposed to be was knocked into my head the moment I got summoned. Point is just to kill the other masters faster, better, any way possible. Don't need no advice for that.
I love this guy.
I kinda like him. Lady, stop looking at me like that. You're freaking me out. Did I say something that pissed you off?
Yes, it appears that we both lack an understanding of each other. It irritates me that my servant could be so thoughtless. I'm a magus representing the association, and I have no intention of being the master of a wild animal.
I stare and try to intimidate him. Whatever, said the servant, averting his eyes. But if an understanding is what you're after, I think you're wasting your time. He mutters, as if it doesn't concern him. Okay, I'll listen. What kind of fighting does Her Highness, the representative of the association, prefer?
We'll conduct matters secretly and avoid pointless battles. First, priority will be given to obtaining information on hostile masters. After understanding the atmosphere of this Holy Grail War, we'll consider the appropriate order of who to defeat first, and then proceed defeating each Magus, one by one.
Those were the orders received from the association. First, I have to gather information on the 3 families that administer the Holy Grail War: Einsburn, Tozuka, and Makiri. An investigation of the remaining 3 masters will proceed afterwards. It may be possible to convince Magi to abandon their master status. There also may be other outstanding Magi that ought to be taken into custody by the association. Besides, to act without proper information is an embarrassment for a Magus of the association. Huh? I'm not your errand boy? Master, if you spot an enemy, you kill him! We're all in this killing business together. Once you come across one, you can get away, and you won't let them get away. I didn't need him to tell me that. I feel the same way, but I can't disobey the orders of the association.
Do as I say. The association exists to conceal the supernatural. We can't afford to cause a disturbance. Also, an unruly fight will only lead to the deaths of innocent bystanders. It's an absolute condition that we obtain the Holy Grail, but we must avoid involving the civilians of this city.
This is not only a matter of the Mages Association. The Holy Church also has involvement in this Holy Grail War.
I wonder if my husband's here.
Should any damage be brought to the city, they will vigorously move in to conceal it to ensure the smooth continuance of the ritual. There is a limit to this, however. Last time, in the 4th War, there was a master that killed indiscriminately and daily. The priest monitoring viewed the master as an enemy and penalized him severely. You're saying we gotta go by methods over means. Can't figure out how, but it's better not to kill in order to win?
This is not to win. I'm a Magus. If necessary, I will kill. However, as a human being, there are minimum standards that should be observed.
Oh, that's sorta... How do I put it? He sounds unenthusiastic. Servant apathetically breathes out and... Lady, how about using a command spell? Say something like, don't disobey me, because if you don't, I think I might kill you first. I gulp. He is serious. He doesn't care about what could happen next. The rule of cooperating with a master for his own protection does not apply to him. This bastard is seriously aiming for my throat. The servant told me to use a command spell to stop him. 3 absolute rights of order that a master has. Powerful spells given via the Holy Grail. A master's trump card that can only be used 3 times, but ensures that any command is followed. For that reason, I answer him immediately.
I refuse. I've never heard of a master being ordered by a dog. Anyone who gets killed by their own dog does not deserve to be called its master. You are my servant. I'm the one that tells you how to move and when you march off to die.
I force back his bloodlust with my own. No matter what, if I use a command spell for something as frivolous as this, I had no future in this war. I clench my right fist and start carving runes into the floor with my heel to be able to intercept an assault at any time. I see. Okay, let me try having a change of heart. Okay, I'm your servant. I'll listen to my owner. The servant gave in easily. It's, how should I put it? Anticlimactic? Yeah, God ran imagine frivolously using command seals. Tell that to one Shiro and Miya. And my heart was beating in excitement at the feeling that a battle was going to break out so I could learn how powerful servants were. Oh, she was into it. What? What now? You still got a problem?
No, but do you really understand what I said?
Yeah, keep the decimal minimum, right? That's your policy. I got it. Anything else? You got something else to say? There are many things I want to say in detail, but I have nothing else to say regarding a general plan. The rest I can do by giving orders depending on the situation. Okay, then let's go. I've seriously gotten sick of being here. The servant prods me to go out. I am still physically unstable, but I'm curious about what is going on outside. And anyway, after sleeping for such a long time, I want to move around freely a bit.
I understand. I'll make more detailed modifications to our strategy depending on what we encounter.
I regain myself. For the time being, I'll leave Rack behind. There are limits to that sword, and I can't use it fully in my current state. After I locate the other masters, I can think about who to use it on. But I gotta say, this lady, keep the days to a minimum, huh? I like the sound of that. Yeah, it'd be great if I could do that. The servant repeats cheerfully.
If you still have complaints, say them. If you have any opinions about my strategy, let's settle it here.
I told you I got the point. I'm not gonna pick a fight with you yet since you're so scary. But look, Master, that's not gonna be possible. All this stuff about killing people or getting bystanders involved is beside the point. This town ain't gonna last longer than 4 days, no matter how hard you try. No longer than 4 days?
What did you just say?
You'll understand when you step outside. What you're getting worked up over stopped mattering a long time ago. The humans living here have been getting wiped out by these mysterious things pouring out daily.
Mysterious things?
Huh? Huh?
Ridiculous. You're just saying nonsense because my memories.
You'll understand when you step outside. Seeing is believing. The servant stifles his laughter. As I stand bewildered, the black shadow takes my hand and starts walking. Come on, let's continue the Holy Grail War of Bazet Fragamag Remits. To find your wish, this time for sure. The house was built on top of a high hill. It lies hidden within a forest separated from any human habitation. My head aches. I had thought that breathing the outside air could clear myself more or less, but instead, the cold night air only clouds my thoughts further. What's wrong, Master? Still too early for you to get out? Saran pokes fun at me. I shake my head and keep going. My mind is still sluggish. No!
Excuse me.
My mind is still sluggish. The bright moonlight seems to be the source of my disorientation.
Hi, Bridge-kun.
Hi, Shinta-kun. It's quiet. Of course, it's past 2 a.m., but the city is abnormally silent even for this time. It slightly resembles my own hometown. Yeah, that doesn't do anything with the background music volume, huh? Oh, I like that actually.
Okay.
Oh, the drum fill. The poor town I spent my childhood in. At night. Oh! The tide would come into the town and people would shut themselves in their houses as if they were afraid. The empty city was almost like a ship sunk at the bottom of the ocean, prompting a younger me to want to run away from that place. I must have felt that everybody could have forgotten that I existed if I had stayed like that at the bottom of the ocean. I couldn't help thinking about the old gods that nobody remembered anymore, sharing the same cursed fate.
That's beautiful. I love that.
And now, Fujiki is being submerged into the ocean depths too. The atmosphere is different from the one I remember. It is too quiet. It might as well be an abandoned city. Regards, only the presence of life is evident. I could feel almost countless numbers of creatures breathing. Surrounding me is an aura that I have never felt before. Mysterious things is what my servant said. I don't want to admit it, but it seems that there is credibility to what he says.
So I'm already getting my vibes with
Yeah.
everything being funky and the weird blacked out Grail moon and the imagery
Yeah.
of sinking underwater.
Yeah, I don't
This
like the
is-
implications of this.
Hey, I think this sucks.
Wonder what's that? We have been walking for some 2 hours. The servant stops in his tracks and is now gazing at a particular residence. Oh, we're going up there. Well, I've been around this area before, but I think there was still someone who didn't get the hint to leave. He speaks with an impressed tone. The house he's looking at is nothing more than a regular building. If there is anything that distinguishes it from other residences, is the fact that the lights are on. Stay here, you're still not ready, right? I'll go take a look first. The servant starts walking toward it on his own accord. I try to chase after him. Pathetically, I am thrown off by the moonlight. I've got to be honest here. I can't speak for the other servants, but me? I gotta be honest here. I can't speak for the other servants, but me? But see, me? I didn't feel like doing this from the get-go. High-level magic, the summoning of beings purified into the level of legends and the giving of form to them to make them familiar. That's what servants are. Oh my god, I've heard this song in Fate Grand Order. It's from here? That's something so cheap as just borrowing a piece of the power of the heroic spirits? No, it's actually a projection of the guy himself. A resurrection just for the Holy Grail War. A clone with a short lifespan. A guardian of humanity reborn into the modern era. Sounds nice and dandy. Autonomous weapons are pretty convenient, right? Except replicating even what's on the inside is going a little too far, don't you think?
Is this servant Agramagno?
A familiar being able to think that doesn't do any good? That goes double for servants. Suppose there's a familiar more powerful than its master. Now let's say it can't think for itself. There's no reason why it won't revolt. I was lucky enough to be summoned by a master that was my type of woman. Personally, I'm satisfied with her, but it looks like I'm gonna be doing some disobeying.
Fuck, is this servant Agramagno?
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm worrying about it. I'm worrying about it.
Why? Well, why not? I may not have any complaints about the boss, but I got a hell of a lot to say about society.
Just like the Joker.
I feel like shit. I was left hanging in the morgue. Back when I was alive, the world was still lively. Nowadays, it's old and dying, got a few 100 million years left before it kicks the bucket, and it's too late to do anything about it. Being one of those fellows that knew what she was like back in the old days, it wouldn't be right to not be a little angry about her current predicament and all that. Of course, it was pretty obvious that she'd be clean dry one of these days, but damn, that was fast! Now there's a part of me that's got to hate my own species for that filthiness, but another part of me wants to pat them on the back at the same time. The power of humanity is incredible. Oh, how morals have come and gone in the blink of an eye. Makes me wonder just how many new generations of humanity have been born and how many have been wiped out. Given how fast they are, it's too bad how they haven't come up with a kind of evolution that's environmentally friendly. Gotta hand it to the hominids. They sure did a great job at amplifying a ready-made system instead of finding a new kind of cycle. That means there's no future ahead. So if they can buy a little more time, it'd be nice if they come up with something new, some new kind of improvement and keep going. They've already gone to all the trouble of destroying this much. Where do we want to go? Why have we exhausted the land? Was this good? Was this bad? I want results that anyone can understand. Even if the answer is that it was a failure, I don't mind one bit. Oh man, I really got to wonder what the others are thinking. Those of heroic spirit status must have feelings of animosity towards this era. Then again, heroic spirits are supposed to be on humanity's side, so that could mean they're approved of whatever result humanity brings about. Just like how I am the opposite of that. Let's say there's this godlike, absolute being as the force of good. Let's say he was summoned here in this day and age. Now, what would he do? Would he approve of it? Would he act to protect us? If he approves, we face extinction. If he protects us, he will watch on. A sane heroic spirit would choose the latter. One with a few screws loose would happily lend a hand, and another with only one screw left could get excited at making the world a better place. Something like, I'm going to save the world! Wow, I don't ever want to meet that kind of guy, let alone fight him. Now, as for me, there's only one thing I can do either way. I may be a heroic spirit, but I'm not that strong. Take a look at all the legends in the world and you still won't find anybody weaker than me. Yay, I'm number 1! You're damn lucky, master. Can't get any lower than this. Easy to make up a battle plan since all there is to do is think about how to take on the strong. I don't want to think about it. But there's a good chance that that lady's stronger than me in pure fighting ability. A heroic spirit getting his ass kicked by a human? Oh boy, I want to disappear. Yeah, I really can't agree with that lady. Don't cause any deaths, that's what she said. That's the way to come, Lady Magus of the House of Whatever. Can't expect a finer strategy that reeks of sheltered girl on honor roll. Fitting sense of pure humanity for a master. But hey, I can't do that. All I can do is kill. Honestly, a bloodless victory is a pain in the ass. I'm already the weakest. I'm not going to be winning if I'm a goody two-shoes. This thing does have war in the name, so we ought to be relying on the slaughter techniques that man had so painstakingly developed. Servants are one thing, but masters are humans. It'd be way easier to take them out with mines and explosions like the last time. Well, times have changed. Last time, things were a lot more chaotic, weren't they? Life was cheaper back then, but now? This time things are different. The Mages Association is watching oh so painstakingly close. Plus, the system of public safety that Modern Man has created is not too shabby. If I run wild, the other masters will figure out where Wazet is. Now, I don't mind finishing off a horde of people nice and fast, but consecutive fighting on consecutive nights is going to exhaust me, so I want to avoid that. On that point, the part of Baset's strategy about not going overboard is fine with me. So I'll try my best to follow the master's plan, like a good servant would. Well then, with that out of the way, let's turn back to what we have now.
Wait, what are you going to do?
Ignoring my hesitant master's boy, I'm heading to the house. I don't have to bother checking. The fact that the lights are on means that there are live humans inside. Unfortunately, I don't have any human or heat detecting abilities. My servant skills can be summed up as nothing. But that's okay. What's inside there is human. I dematerialize myself and pass through the front door. I manifest my weapon and go toward the people in the living room. Let's finish this fast and cruel-like always. Now, for all I know, there could be some accident like the strongest ultra-humanoid in all of human history is inside and has powers that surpass heroic spirit. No problem whatsoever. I may be the weakest, but I can defeat the most powerful human being. Why? Because... it's not something to brag about, but... when it comes down to dealing with humans, I am the strongest. Blood splashes up in the air. The inhabitants are dead. One middle-aged man, 2 boys, 1 granny, 1 old man holding a blood-stained knife. Oh, he's still alive. Hell? What a letdown. By the time I broke in, it was already over. His breath is ragged and heavy. Mad culprit who massacred those 4. He doesn't pay any attention to me. Probably because he wants to take out the last geezer. I'm extremely confused right now because I know things you don't.
I'm also confused because I don't know things that I don't.
The geezer backed himself up to a wall and is desperately shaking his head. The murder scene and method are pretty grisly to look at. Bodies are ravaged beyond recognition. Blood, flesh, and entrails are splendidly scattered about. Dog? The choking stench of life, a living space splattered bit here and there, the end roll for the Brady Bunch. And clean for a murder scene. Not one little flaw. After all, it was murder for murder's sake. It's that dog, yeah. No robbing. Oh, no hungering. Not one bit of that there. Somebody! I'll save him since he asked. Since it was a surprise blow from behind, the murderer is killed easily. After that, I'm back to my regular job. It's that dog. By the time I ran into that house, it was all over.
How could you?
There are 5 corpses in the living room. I'm able to tell by what appears to be 5 heads severed from the nose. It is a slaughter scene so grotesque that I could not have determined how many there are through any other means. Sorry about selling things before you got here. The servant says while standing idly in a pool of fresh blood. In the servant's clenched hands is a warped dagger. A form that seems to be a mix of the fangs and claws of a beast. Is it meant to be gripped backhanded? I have never seen a weapon that looks so difficult to use. So that weapon is his noble phantasm. symbol as a heroic spirit. Now don't look at me like that. About it, want me to give you the details?
There's no need. That weapon and those wounds and those bodies match well enough.
Shadow lasts an agreement. There is no need to investigate any further. The situation told me that the cause of this tragedy was the serpent.
I have one question. Why did you kill them?
Why as why? I did it for you. I was just looking for the jackpot. Looking one by one's not different at all as killing them one by one. The point is to make sure there are no witnesses, right? Right. So, if we keep waiting them out like this, we'll run into a master eventually. This guy, he hadn't listened to anything I said. I was prepared to accept some sacrifices once I went into battle. I am a magus and I'm no different from a murderer. However, still, I never desired this kind of meaningless sacrifice.
Do you enjoy killing people?
Hey, Witch of Heaven, yeah, stream. We're coming up to what will probably be the end if Anya is, depending how she's feeling.
If Anya's to be believed.
Don't be dumb. It's not like I like doing this. I'm doing the best I can for what you wanted me to do. Now look, just because I look human, don't go thinking I'm one. When you get to it, aren't servants supposed to be tools for this kind of thing?
You have not answered my question. I asked you, do you enjoy killing people?
I glare at the servant, holding that warped dagger. The servant? Not one bit. First off, if I kill him, I miss out on a lot of fun. Oh, thank you, Steam Autumn Sale. I miss out on a lot of fun I could be having with him. He directed a repugnant laugh, as if he wanted me to share in his amusement.
You bastard. How dare you call yourself a heroic spirit?
I can't restrain myself. It's strange, I've seen people like him countless times, yet without any reason, I feel disgust at this man's way of life. It somehow feels as if this man alone must not be forgiven.
Oh boy.
Yes, that's a line, huh?
That sure is a line.
I could say the same for you, lady. If you don't like killing, you shouldn't have become a master. Seriously, it's a turn-off. Man, what a waste of a good show. And I was so hoping it would cheer you up too.
I see. I apologize, but I cannot ever meet your expectations on that front. I'm now convinced we are not going to get along with each other. You are the type of person I hate the most.
I turn my hostility toward my own servant. I direct hatred similar to annoyance at the person I have to gain trust from first. I'm not acting right. The immaturity of showing my feelings and hating someone should have been discarded long ago. That's fine. Basically, I hate all things too. It pisses me off if you let your guard down, so it suits me fine. I think you can call this one way of getting along. The servant shows no sign of caring. I hate him, and he doesn't think anything of me. So, there will be no cause for friction, even if we despise each other, as we have no plans to bond. You know, though, I kinda like your type. Except, you said something odd.
Why? You said you hate everything. As your master, I know what kind of servant you are. Your course of action is not that of someone who's fond of humans.
Well, for now, I'll just say you're my type of woman. I don't like you, but I got some affection for you.
私が女だからという理由ですか？
The reason is because I'm a woman.
Not a woman, my type of woman. You're the kind that excites me. You got the kind of body I like, but the parts of you, like the elite schoolgirl or the one that tries to go by society's norms, it's just painful to look at. You understand me? This here was just me carrying out my one function like it's my job, but you're turning me— ooh, you're turning me on enough to make me want to find a real reason to kill you. Are you okay? Are you okay?
No. I'm not.
Anya! I like the kind of woman who will kick my fucking ass. I guess you think we may have a contender for new favorite fate misogynist? The Shadow Lass.
No.
Intent flows in through our connected path, so dense I can physically feel it. This servant isn't lying. He hates all things. By nature, he sees everything as an object to kill without reason or reward. There can be no other explanation. Not for this pure hatred that can turn into a curse without having to use the incendiary device of magic, just by existing. But that leaves me with questions. For someone with as much bloodlust as him to not kill me earlier doesn't make any sense.
先ほどの話ですが、
About what you said earlier.
あなたはまず私を殺すと
You said you would kill me first, but you restrained yourself.
私に欲情している
How
あな
did
た
you
が
hold
例
back
示
your
をして
lust from me without being under the
どうやって
influence of a
私への
command
欲求を
spell?
Yeah, that's because you're my master. I just made this rule that you're not human. Get right onto it. You just became the only living thing I don't feel like killing. On the outside, you might be a woman, but the inside, not human at all. You've been categorized outside of my playing range. That was the red. Honey, please!
Leave me alone!
Oh man, oh gosh, oh golly, that's getting her.
Leave me alone!
For some reason, I find his answer incredibly hurtful.
私を人間扱いし
You
な
are
い
not going to treat me as a human being.
I've heard people say before that I'm boring or that I'm not charming, but this has to be the first time that I wasn't treated like a woman. No, he said as a human being, but that is how it sounded to me.
俺信用できねえか？最大限の情報なんだぜ。こんなの最初で最後の特例なんだぞ。
She's a maid, Sergio, don't worry about it. You can trust me. This is the best I'm gonna offer. The first and last exception I'm ever gonna make, you know? Shit, you're pissing me off. I'm being serious here.
はいはい。
Okay, I get it. You won't believe it without something to show for it.
しょうがない。
Alright,
こういうの
fine.
信用できる？
If I give you this, will you trust me? So he interpreted my silence as suspicion. He tears out a page of a notepad from the blood-soaked desk and writes something on it.
ほい。これあれ
Here you go. Don't give it to anybody else. Certificate of exemption from murder, valid until the end of the Holy Girl War, in well-written Japanese. Why is this guy so funny, actually?
I love this guy.
何ですかこれは
What is this?
何言って？
What do you mean, what? This is proof that you're not a person.
これなら誰が
With this, anybody can tell that I'm not into you. Good for you, he says, pushing the piece of paper into my hands. Yes, my judgment was correct. This servant and I are hopelessly doomed to not get along. The objectification paths.
Oh my god.
We cannot afford to stay at the murder scene forever. Hurriedly, we leave the residence behind. I have my complaints with my servant acting without my permission, but it is already too late. By continuing to argue with them, the only thing that could result is further mistrust. However, there is one thing that I feel strange about him. I cannot trust the servant. Masters and servant are linked. Because of that, I can feel that he's fundamentally the kind that enjoys murder and completely kills his opponent ruthlessly, no matter who or what. He's my complete opposite. I complete my missions without leaving room for personal feelings. However, the servant does so only with personal feelings. He operates only on the emotion of wanting to kill people. But despite that... What? Didn't you say you want to leave? I get it. You're planning on ambushing the other masters Dominus investigate this bit, right?
A magus wouldn't fall for a trap as obvious as that. And I told you that combat is reserved for the second stage. We will proceed with information gathering, remember?
Nah, I'm betting there will be a stupid rookie around. Like the kind that goes on alley patrols every night and traps the head. He wouldn't figure out that going around doing his homework would just get him wasted by the other masters. Criminally ill with goodness, ain't he? I ignore my servant chatter and walk ahead. Hi, Shiro. And yet, despite all of his negative points, I don't feel that this servant is unpleasant.
I was thinking the same thing.
He's the kind of human being that I despise the most. I cannot tolerate him on any level. So why is it that I can't completely hate him? Close my eyes and focus on our link. In exchange for the flowing magical energy, sometimes I feel something very refreshing. A feeling of homesickness rubbing against the heart, a prayer resembling longing. How hollow. That void tells me something. I don't understand the clear reason why, but it tells me this servant will never betray me. It tells me that he will lend me his chaotic will to grant my wish. Oh, do you wanna leave it here or do you wanna keep going with the scene?
Someone said there was a good stopping point up ahead, and I was just wondering if this was that, or if there's like a little bit more.
Is this the good stopping point, or are we still up ahead? Hollow Ataraxia. I clapped. How fate Hollow Ataraxia.
Just a bit more, they say.
Just a bit more. We resume our patrol. This night we focus our investigation on Shinto. We stopped a little bit by the... Oh! Oh, we have never seen the dog here. That's nice. The Shinto investigation ends in about 2 hours. We were unable to detect any traces of magi. In addition, the presence of mysterious things the servant mentioned was confirmed. A part of me finds it hard to believe, but Fujiki has indeed completely changed. All over, I can feel an unusual presence. It is as if we're always being watched. The city has begun to come apart at the seams ever so slightly. On a different note, while there are many traces of magical energy, there are absolutely no signs of magic being performed. Which could mean that this isn't the work of a master gathering magical energy. The only feasible possibility is that there is something feeding on the inhabitants of the city unrelated to the war. No master could benefit from this. Doing this could instead force a halt to the Holy Grail War.
I see. If it was an outside magus that had heard about the Holy Grail War.
That could mean there is a magus that desired the Holy Grail, but was not chosen as a master. Perhaps out of a twisted desire for vengeance, he's trying to disrupt the ritual? Another possibility was he made a contract with another association to disrupt the Holy Grail War. Soja casting his fucking guess. Regardless, it is obvious that there is an 8th magus in Fujiki.
8人目
And there's
一
one.
人邪魔者は
You're telling me another nuisance popped up?
断言はできませんが
I can't say for sure, but there's a high likelihood that it is true.
私の知らない魔術
It's
師が
clear that an unidentified Magus is trying to intervene in the Fifth Holy Grail War.
その魔術師の目的は分かり
I
ま
have
せん
no idea what his objective may be, but
He was starting off by breaking the rules of the Holy Grail War. It may be best to think of him not just as an enemy, but as the enemy of all masters. So what's this guy like?
直接的な戦闘に自信がなく広範囲の結界作りを得
he
意と
has
してい
no
る
confidence in direct combat, but he's skilled at constructing large-scale fields. He's probably more suited for defense rather than offense.
正しく魔導を学んではいません
He has not studied magic
黒魔
properly.
術とドルイド思想が
Probably.
混同されている
His is a mix of black magic and druid concepts.
そういうんじゃなくてさ
Nah, that's not what I meant. I wanted to know if he's strong or weak.
魔術師としてのスキルは初歩です
As a Magus, his skill is elementary. However,
The remaining magical energy traces were extremely dense. Magical energy is only fuel to activate magic. By itself, it has no effect. However, there are cases when it can leave behind a form, only limited to those times when magical energy itself bears traits similar to magic. For example, I've heard that the Einsburns gave a personality to their Holy Grail. If that personality has magical energy, then it is naturally possesses the magic traits of wish granting. Since its vital activity and its functions as a Holy Grail are likely directly connected to each other, it should be able to perform miracles resembling magic, merely by releasing magical energy. The incarnated demons spoken of by the Holy Church also fall into this category. Those that were created as demons, rather than as life forms, can use higher level magic than humans. As magi, our magic circuits are nothing more than pseudo-nerves, an ability that was added later behind our nervous system. However, demons have no need for those. All their organic functions merely serve the purpose of invoking the demonic. I hear the church call these true demons. Different from imposters that don a hide of human concepts to become a unique identity, they are genuine demons that the Lord had commanded before man could name them, or so I hear.
何にせよ厄介な介入者のようです
regardless, it appears that he is a dangerous
つまら
interloper.
ない行動原理の
If
魔
this
術
is
師
a
の
Mag-
取るに
if
足
this
りません
Magus is a careless fool,
教会に
we
雇わ
need
れた
not
フリーラン
heed
スとして
attention
学
to
ばれ
him.
ない
If, however, he is a freelancer hired by the church, he will be a force to be reckoned
Crazy how much wider view of the world we're getting now that we're not with Shiro. Yeah.
そういえば前回の聖杯戦争で勝ち残ったのも
Now that I think about it, the one who won the previous war was...
A freelance magus hired by the Ansburns. His name was Miyakiritsugu, a combat magus called in by the Einsburns who had retired from the front lines by the time I had been assigned to sealing missions. Our occupations have the tendency to intrude on each other's territory. Had he still been active, I could likely have fought him numerous times. While the situation is becoming more unstable, I can't change my policy just because of one more enemy. I will proceed with an investigation of all the masters, causing as little damage to the people of this city as possible. Problem is, what to do next. It is obvious that my servant's abilities are low-ranking. In a straight-out fight on pure ability, he will eventually exhaust himself and lose. I have to think of an order of who to fight, but I know very well who our final opponent ought to be. The lineage of Holy Grails, Einsburn. It has been said that they have prepared the most powerful master for this war. In the past, I have fought a homunculus created by the Einsburns. Being a failed creation facing disposal, it ran away from Einsburn territory and survived by scraping out a meager existence in a human city. I was responsible for destroying it, but the results were bitter. Even considering that at that time I was still inexperienced, the Einsburn produced homunculus was tougher than many magi. The same Ainsburns have produced a master for this battle that they believe to be the most powerful. In all honesty, I can't even begin to see any chance of victory at this stage. Until I discover what tricks the enemy has up their sleeves, fighting against the Ainsburns is suicidal. In the forest on the outskirts of the city lies the old castle that the Ainsburns control. The day we invade that forest will most likely be the day my Holy Grail War will end. The last place we come to is a hilltop graveyard for foreigners. I suppose it's because of the Ainsburns casting a shadow over my mind. I feel weak, disoriented from a headache. I really didn't want to come here. I don't know, what just flashed on the screen. Yorokobesh, Soja.
どうしたマスター
What's wrong, Master? Got something on your mind? My unease must have shown on my face. My servant is actually showing concern for my health. I allow myself to be taken in by his sudden consideration.
つまらない質問ですが、
Allow me to ask you a foolish question.
あなたは
Do you
私が
believe that
勝て
I
ると
can
思い
win?
ますか？
And I put into words that weak uncertainty that I had tried not to think about. The servant's expression changes. Keeping his mouth twisted with sarcasm, he turns his head back to me.
その不安はまだ
It's still early to be worried about that.
勝つか負けるか
Whether you win or lose, you have to first figure out what to fight. But... His voice is strained. He's bent forward like a beast with prey before his eyes.
ついてねえな
God damn. It's just not my day.
どうやら
Looks like we don't have time to be worrying. He's grinning. But he sees he's a master and servant. I feel a powerful flow of magical energy. The command spells on her left hand shine brightly. She is still young, but appears to possess wisdom that far surpasses my own.
はじめまして。ひなびた荒野の
Wait, hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No. What? There's something extremely wrong going on here.
Everything's fucked. Like, okay. Did she not earlier say that this was the fourth Holy Grail War? That she
No.
was taking part in?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Everything's fucked. Everything's fucked.
Good evening, Magus of the Valley peasants.
どう？
I wonder if there is a need to introduce ourselves. She's probably from one of the great houses. Her eyes are full of derision. Her side is... Oh, hold up! Wait a minute.
We're just fucking... What the fuck?
To her side is another figure.
Ma'am?
I cannot tell which class she belongs to, but the fact that a master brought her means that she... No! She's... What? She's not a servant. What?
Oh my god, what the fuck is going on? First off, before we move on, can we get an appreciation for these two right now?
I am sending you to Ziggy. One moment.
Thank you.
What is going on? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? I have no idea what is going on. I removed the leather globes inscribed with runes of protection from my chest pocket. I take them out along with something hard. Why was I carrying this earring? Why had I tucked it away so carefully? These questions rise to the surface, but now is not the time for that. I put the gloves on. The girl waits politely for me to make my move. I regret not bringing Rack with me. If I survive, I'll make sure to carry it, even if I am out only for investigations. While I shouldn't use my trump card immediately, having it increases the range of my strategy.
敵の実力を測ります。あなたはサーバントの相手を。
I'll determine how strong the enemy is. You will engage the servant.
Gotcha! Not taking any care to see what she would do, he rushed toward the gold servant. The two figures clash. I pass by the side and run toward the defenseless master.
名乗り上げる名さえ持たぬ田舎者でしたのね。
Tried holding the spot tapes together, but now you're lost once again.
フェルトの手にかかること
Wait.
名誉となさい。
Wait! Wait! Hey, go! So you were only a nameless peasant? Very well. Be honored to be killed by the Edelfelds. What do you mean by the Edelfelds? Like me, you? Like me, you? What?
Everything's collapsing around us. We've only just begun.
She fired a Scatter of Gander, a one-action spell preventing close combat. Her magecraft is a firearm in itself. This isn't a metaphor. Edelfeld, a noble family of Finland, the Orscales, the same Edelfeld that produced many masters of the Gander. This generation's young head was praised as the pride of their lineage, but now that I've seen how skilled she is, I can't agree. Oh, but that... I don't block the Gander aimed at both sides of my thigh. I keep moving, parrying only the Gander that could hit my upper body with my left fist. Did you block my Gander with only your bare hands? I move in. My right fist is lowered to the base of my chest, strikes aimed
She's so cool.
at the side of her stomach where her kidneys are. I am blown backward. A figure appearing from behind her protects her from a body blow and repels me. A swordsman stands in my way. A servant. There is no denying it. That is, a servant.
ならもう一人の少女は
And who was that?
The moment I look away to confirm, the battle is over.
お願いセイバー
Is that Sakura saying that? Or
I
Rin?
have no idea.
Okay, yeah, that's Sakura saying that.
Saber, help.
The other girl screams.
Everything we are being fucked with.
We are just
We're being
being
fucked with.
We're just being toyed with at this point. At this, they're trolling us. They have to be.
Everything's fucked.
The other girl screams. Saber defeats my servant, just as the girl ordered her to. How appallingly weak. With just one flash of steel, not even able to match sword against sword, my servant has his neck pierced and is already gone.
何よ話にならないじゃない
Pathetic, this has gotten dull.
セイバー
Saber, end this quickly. When you're done, let's go back and enjoy a hot cup of coffee. Saber nods silently.
It's alternate universes. It has to be, right?
It has to be.
Like it has to be shits like overlapping.
Oh, shut the fuck up. We're not using this one again, come on. I am defeated without being able to prepare my weapon. So, this is Saber. This doesn't make any sense. The two girls are each using a different saber.
下調べが足りなかったようね
It seems your investigation was
エ
inadequate.
ーデルフェルトの
Have you never heard that the heads of the Edelfeld family are always
あなたの
sisters?
耳には届かなかったのかしら
Sisters. That is the magic trait of their bloodline. The normally abhorrent notion of having two successors was the reason why they were called scales. Then, the two of them are one master, and summon two different sides of the same heroic spirit.
まず一人
It is one down. The honor to have been killed by us, and screaming the humiliation of being the first to be defeated.
残るマスターは
There are now 5 masters remaining. Her voice echoed to the moon. Saber, silently, and without showing any hint of emotion, thrust her sword into my chest.
We wake up on the couch.
My consciousness being severed. The moon is cycling like a white skull. And thus comes the end of my Holy Grail war once again.
Once again.
Losing sight of the ending without conclusion. The curtains fall. She's being Diabolod? She's being fucking Diabolod?
Oh my god. Oh my god, dog.
Oh my
Oh my god, holy fuck, are you serious?
Oh my god! Oh. 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 I was not... Wait. Oh. Wait. Mayhap spoilers. Do not look, Anya. Do not look, Anya.
Me not looking.
I'm gonna look, but you don't look.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna love this one when you can actually look.
I'm glad to hear it. I look forward to it, I guess. People are saying likely copyright issues.
Maybe, it's a bit too late. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get claimed this one, that's fine. There wasn't actually that much in the way of spoilers at all. If I need to, I will splice the bot and remove that part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that seemed fine to me, actually. I mean, there were characters, but
Alright. This feels like the pausing point, because I have some things to say.
Are we just waking up in Shed-kun? Fuck off! Fuck off! Fuck you. Just...
Fuck you! Alright. I have some things to talk about.
I am...
Okay, so first off, just to get this out of the way, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what is happening? What is happening? It has to be like a loop or overlapping timelines, something, right?
Like, okay. So, Bazette was like busy, and we saw the like once again at the end. So like she has been going through like multiple
and there
timelines
was that other
of
reference
things.
of just like last time. Like I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Yeah. There's actually like some kind of weird time loop, alternative timeline thing going on, and one of the timelines apparently Sakura and Rin are not Tosuka and Mato, but fucking Edelfeld, and the two of them are masters controlling sabers.
No, okay. I am going to. I'm sitting in my chair, feet up. It's time for one of Anya's patented long shot calls.
Yeah?
I don't know how much of a long shot it is. We learned. I'm gesturing to my conspiracy board. We learned in the last series that people summon servants who are much like themselves. She got really uncomfortable getting towards the church. And all I'm saying is the one guy we know who could, like, relate to Angramanyu was my beautiful, sexy husband, Kurumine Kire. Now, if I gesture towards the conspiracy board, correct me if I'm wrong, did we not learn that Kurumine Kire had a daughter with that wife who died?
Yeah, we did.
Need I say more?
You have some really cool theories. God. As opposed to your beautiful wife, Shinji Mato.
My beautiful wife, Shinji Mato.
And that was certainly a servant, huh?
Yeah.
The breathy yeah.
Sorry.
That's the
I've
theory.
been thinking about Kodamine too much, and my chest is tight.
Mm. I give you pets. I give you pets.
So yeah, that's my theory. That's my long shot call. I've taken the information from the text, and I want, nay, need this to be true. Also, Catholic, Irish. Just saying.
Okay. So, if you want to read on Soja's research, there's some information there about Irish and a thing called Rach.
Okay. I see.
Hmm. What do you think of the new characters introduced so far, Anya?
God, who do we even get so far? I only remember the girls around the candle, and I love them all.
We actually, none of them were new.
Are you serious? No, that gray-haired one definitely was.
No. She was also in the original BN.
You're kidding.
She appeared like 2 scenes, but she was there. She was Makidera, the one that was very scared, and that is a fail girl. The white hair, like very stoic girl, and the shy puppy girl that was a bit like quiet about it all. Those 3 were the friend group that Ren has, and and we see at the very beginning of the prologue.
Then I will take that as an L. Who did, like, other than, like, wait, no. Who am I saying, like, who did we get that was new? The fucking POV characters.
Bazette and the fucking servant.
So I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be a very, let's call it, an on-main statement. I didn't realize that the thing I needed with my shitty, morally unscrupulous murder men was a woman in a suit behind him to pull on the leash.
You're very normal about that, huh?
I'm so incredibly normal. And also to back myself up away from being really on main about it. I fucking love that we have a Magus who punches.
Yeah. It's cool, huh?
I'm so about that. That's cool as shit. Parrying Gondor with a punch? Like, also, no, I haven't read Chainsaw Man. Not at all.
Also, I see Serja mentioning Fragarag. Lustrous Wielder was Luth. He's not mentioned to ever wield in battle. Is an... it's most illustrious wielder was Luth, whose signature weapon is not mentioned to ever wielding it. It in battle is an unavoidable spear, and there's some connection to Ku around there apparently. Irish stuff. But that has shown up in one other anime. Oh no, she appears. Vasette is in fucking Prilia. God, why?
From what I hear, that's a shame.
As someone who mainlined your entire Fate streams in the last 2 weeks, the horniness here is never not entertaining.
I'm honored, thank you.
We tried to be very normal about these people, and sorry, we do have punchy suit mage with a bastard in the shadows.
Who may, if I'm right, be in the lineage of my favorite character.
We'll have to see about it.
I am...
Not really spoilers, but when she shows up in Prilia, please know that the story ostensibly treats her like a Friday the 13th level nightmarish super terror. She's the one person in that series going fucking hard, apparently.
Any hopes or wishes do I want from this game? So, firstly, the game will already be answering my wishes by just giving me more peak writing in the Fate universe. Very big fan of everything going on here already. The setups have been very dark and edgy in a very charming way that I can't wait to see expanded on. And also, alright, look, I've seen the thumbnail. I hope I get a lot of casual rider time, like a lot of it. I need her so bad.
I'm just like, I'm really wondering a lot of things, but I can't say most of them because, like, I know a few things that you don't know yet. However, are we about to just see, like, a flurry of alternate timelines?
I think that's the situation we might be in.
Shiro, like, we just saw Shiro waking up in Sherkun, and we know that we had this setting at the beginning with the post-Holy Grail War, like, 6 months after thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, are we going to go back and forth between 6 months after the Holy Grail War and weird alternate timeline bullshit?
I think that might be the case.
If that's the case, I want that so much, actually. That's so good.
Also, furthermore, oh my god, she's perfect. Caster is perfect. I didn't realize she had little pointy ears under the hood. This changes everything. I already liked her. Everything is better now. This back contextualizes all of her Stay Night scenes in a way that elevates them for me.
So I also
Steve gets me.
Also need to mention one very, very, very interesting thing, and that is when I went to save the game, I didn't open up a thing to get multiple saves, and the one time that seemed like we were going to get a choice, we didn't get one. This is a linear story.
So far.
But this may be, like, if we don't have save slots, this may be a linear story.
Do we not have save slots?
No. I just had the option to save and quit.
That's fucked.
Yeah, I do not know what is gonna happen with that, but we just didn't have save slots.
What? Okay. Although I do think that the statement, this is going to be a linear story, is a bit misleading.
Yeah, no, yeah. This is going to be a story where we don't make any choices and we just read what's going on. It's everything except linear.
I don't know where to start. I am so cooked.
Hey yo, I have never once seen anything to do with Fate. How many videos should I watch to know what's going on? So we did a 50-part series on Fate Stay Night, and that's the beginning of it. Yeah, we were starting this game that we're playing, that we just finished the first episode today, is the sequel to the original.
Although it is apparently complicated.
It's very complicated. Like, let's just say it's a sequel. It's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, to what Steve said, I've been blasted with good media in the last month. It all started a year and a half ago with Fate, but now that people have discovered my brand as the girl who's never seen anything, I'm having a lot of fun being shown things.
Yeah.
I'm the streamer equivalent of, like, those things where it's like, oh, showing my dog places he's never seen before, and it's like you, like, open the fridge and, like, show him inside.
Yeah.
That's me.
This due to good voices, it's baller. Oh, so Daddy, thank you. You had to set time aside for this then. It is a lot, and do be warned that Fate tackles some pretty heavy fucking things. Yeah, yes. Anya was experiencing Undertale fresh for the first time in 2024, less than 24 hours ago.
Yes, over on Sadani's channel, we have just begun a weekly stream of my first blind exposure to Undertale in 2024.
Showing your streamer things she's never seen before. I am usually the one that is small and pick-upable, but since I have the Pocket Anya for these streams, I can't help but imagine just, like, hoisting her up beneath the armpits, just, like, shoving her ahead to watch.
It's a custom model specifically for this purpose. Thank you, Arukana, by the way, for the compliments on voice acting. It means the world.
It's generally super nice seeing all of you enjoy the voices we do for these characters, and I hope we keep killing it with Hollow Ataraxia.
I was all nervous, like, oh, like, what if the vibes are off or whatever? Like, what if I don't feel it the same way? But we're one stream in, and I've already got the spark in my heart. We are so set.
I may feel it even more, because now I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I need to see what the fuck is going on. They put I'm sorry, noble Lady Rin with Sakura working together as a single master unit with two servants that
I
are
was not-
fucking. Oh my
I was
god!
not ready to see Saber, and then I was not ready to see Saber.
You had to watch it Undertale series. You were there in 2015 and 16. Fair, fair, fair.
Yeah, I contextualized the full experience at the start of that particular stream. As Sidani said, the VOD will be up soon. It's blind. I knew I had a list of 8 bullet points of things that I remembered, and they were cleared within like an hour.
I'm sorry. I keep thinking back about everything we have experienced, especially with that last section with Bazette, and it's just like there's so much, and I keep thinking back on the noises you made when at various points because of that servant.
Like, look, I don't have any good way to justify my actions. But I do feel the need to say that I can't help it. And I'm sorry for my crimes.
Okay, I will just ask you this since we're here. I have the little background set up because this game is 4x3, so there's always gonna be bars on the sides, and I had us with Shinji and Sakura. Did you want me to do something there with either the current CG of Noble, Edelfelt, Rin, and Sakura, or perhaps Bazette and her servant?
So can I just say that I think it would be really funny if we just slowly pile up every toxic man in this VN as they are revealed to us? I think that would add a lot.
Okay, so I need to add that shadowy guy and Kiriko Tomine as well. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Also,
thank you.
Also, thank you for the donation. One moment.
Ooh.
From Soja, I'm going to obliterate this murder train. Good. I think that's
also-
extremely good.
Also, inclinations on who that...
I'm sorry, worms.
Ah, yes, I see.
Okay, I'm fine.
My inclination on who that servant is, that's how I remind you, right? Like, I don't think you're gonna tell me, but...
I can't neither confirm nor deny. That's a sound theory, given what we've seen.
I'm fairly certain.
Thank you, Shards.
It feels so good to be back. Holy shit.
It feels so good. It feels so good to start this and have immediately 2 really solid theories going on.
Hey, that suggestion from Tom, the so full of toxic men, it looks like a fucking blingy banner. I really need that, actually.
Oh man, I need to actually do it and then actually put it through Blingy.
Conspiratorial whispering is a great way to describe it.
Nothing like getting in the Hollow Ataraxia after. I understand now why they wanted us to get immediately into it, right?
But yeah, I see it. It adds a lot. Because I feel like we're still on all of these preconceived notions of like what we're supposed to be getting into. And that's making the weird shit happening that much more powerful.
Yeah. There's so many misogynies that you will have to start excluding some from the top 5.
It's okay, they could all hold the #1 spot in my heart.
Anya's just going to end with the harem of dubiously, like, morally dubious men with, like, the shadowy one in front handing her the, like, note of objectification. Okay, I need that as a picture now. Oh my god, I need that as a picture.
Like, the very fact that sounds even remotely appealing to me is setting off alarm bells in my brain.
Okay, I need you to understand this. If there is nothing better, which there may be, if there's nothing better through this story, toward the very end of it, the final thumbnail for this series will be exactly that. Drawn by me.
I would be honored to see that, and also a little disgusted with myself.
The divorce dagger versus the objectification note. I love the divorce dagger. God.
They are not the same, Johnny.
That is really good, Johnny. Holy shit. Hey, why did Aru's message not show up in chat? I see an oh my god extra on the side chat down on the screen. The objectification note doesn't actually do anything but damn the emotional impact.
It's the fact that it doesn't actually do anything. It was such a meaningless gesture.
Can I also say that there's something really funny about it being written in perfect Japanese, like actually well-written Japanese?
Especially when he talks like such a jackass. Like, that emphasizes that it is a conscious choice to be like that.
Notice his novel phantasm of objectify you.
Hey, I just want to let you know that my face is so red right now.
I smooch the cheeks.
We are talking about the worst men.
And she's Irish. You know, there's only one thing about anything relating to Hollow Ataraxia and the Fate series that I think is a major disgrace. And that is, I haven't heard her, but I know for a fact that Bazette's English voice actress is not going to be Irish. And she should
What
be.
a shame. What a shame.
Like, she should have such a thick Irish accent.
Should have a thick brogue.
For the love of God, woman.
You would not believe how often people say things like that to me.
You all miss me being extremely normal about this man because YouTube filtered it. The only time I've agreed with YouTube's auto-filter. Oh my god. Oh man. I'm actually so glad that hit you.
I need the details of that message.
I need you to send that to like us in confidence on Discord.
Yeah. Also,
you know what's the funniest, most interesting, charming part about like the appeal of that man?
oh god, what?
The fact that he acknowledges Basset may just be stronger than him.
Literally.
It's the fact that a person maybe can kick his ass. Like, he's the one servant you can kick the ass of, and he's like that.
Hey, he sucks and he knows it, and that makes it so much more compelling. Listen. The way Shinji is terrible and knows it, but does everything he can to conceal it, is appealing in its own way.
Yeah.
The way this guy sucks, doesn't care, and changes the subject really gets to me.
That's Starscream, baby! Says Sadani!
I don't know what Transformers is, Sadani.
Oh god, is it the idea of a woman putting him on a leash and teasing her, or to show whether she's strong and can not make him heal?
Can't be saying stuff like that, man.
I am so exceedingly happy that this is the reaction we're getting on the first episode.
It's episode 1!
It's episode 1! We've only seen the first, half hour of this man. That's some choice of line.
That should kill me dead. Good. Oh. Listen, I don't know what it is about Toxic Ben. I need you to believe me. I did not used to be like this. This is a semi-recent development.
When would you say that the development started, more or less? Was there any other event, maybe anything you started doing at the time that this toxicity began to become something you enjoyed?
I can't imagine a single thing that could have contributed to this.
Yeah?
I think it was when I started estrogen.
Yeah? I was thinking about that.
I've only realized it recently. It's always been there. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
I don't know if
that's
that,
right. That's
I-
correct.
I don't know if that picked up, but I was opening my empty bottle of estrogen so the microphone could catch it while I was saying that.
Steve calls this taste my bathroom floor men.
Oh my god.
Oh god, my stomach hurts.
I am so happy. I'm so genuinely joyous.
I love how this entire read through has been oscillating between gushing over how good the media is,
Yeah?
and then chastising me for my horrible taste.
Hey. We have also been very appropriately, normal about Vazette as well.
And she's so cool.
Yeah,
Like,
I think we
to-
can all
to-
agree that Bazette is someone who is
Again.
just really good.
not to totally just be like a complete horny bastard about everything. Holy fuck. Because that's so sick. I love her attitude. I love the very... It's the very professional attitude that she has.
Mm-hmm.
It's genuinely so interesting. I don't know, there's something about somebody who's by the books from the Mage Association, but clearly there's something off.
Mm-hmm. Also, there has been a lot of audibly saying whatever sound question mark exclamation point is. Real talk, you're so happy that this one started off running out of the gate and we don't have to spend hours with Shiro being confused 24/7 and being exposited to by Rin. It is the fan disc after all, so it's literally the sequel. You know all that stuff already, so they're throwing something weird at you.
Also, to address that comment about being able to see all the flag colors but red, I am actually red-green colorblind, just to make that very clear.
Oh my god, you are! It's red-green specifically! It's red-green specifically!
Yes, it is. Which is thematically poignant to my behavior. But yeah, I really like the pace we're already hitting in Hollow Ataraxia. It is... We are going. The plot is happening.
I don't know exactly what is happening, but it's happening.
Something is going on.
Bazette is getting Diaboloed, apparently. Oh. Dinty's suffering in chat. You watched me play Stay Night and have played FGO and you're not used to the protagonist seemingly knowing what they're doing.
Steve said the same earlier in chat. I am so excited to have people that know what the fuck is going on. And not in a way where it's you hear them talk and you're like, okay, we can't trust anything you say. Not to say that we can trust anything Bazette says.
Yeah,
because I bet she's being manipulated.
And there's definitely a couple of things she wouldn't know. For starters, she's immediately mentioning, she is calling out the possibility of there being interference in the Holy Grail War with the 8 Magus thing going on. But at the same time, right? At the same time that she's saying that, it shows that the extent to which everything is fucked in the Holy Grail War by default is something she doesn't fully understand either.
Mm-hmm. Man. Fate's so fucking good.
It's so good!
How does it keep happening?
It's just Nasu did a really cool thing, and it is thematically poignant and has a lot of really cool things going on. Fate/is Peak. It is in fact the sequel to Peak.
Okay. I think that is enough decompression and discussion.
Yeah.
And I should be getting going.
Can I tell chat about some of our private conversation stuff going on in the chat?
Which ones?
The last message you send me while we were streaming in particular. About the time.
Oh, right. Yes.
Okay, so I just think it goes to show like something very interesting in the fact that while we were studying Hollow Ataraxia, Anya was like maybe feeling a bit tired because she did Undertale just like a couple of hours ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, maybe I'm a bit low energy. Maybe I feel like I can only go for like 2 hours today. And as we were reaching like the 1 a.m. point, I was like prodding to see how she was feeling and if we should continue. And then we have been like talking about this for like half an hour afterwards. And I think that goes to show.
My time was running short, and I ended up getting distracted by how much I like talking about Fate.
With that being said, please do take a break now.
Thank you for having me along. Thank you to everybody in chat watching. It's kind of crazy to see the same turnout for the start of Hollow Ataraxia that we had for the finale of Stay Night.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Generally, so many people coming in and enjoying this with us. I love it.
We've been over 30 for like the majority of the stream, and I think that's really special and very, very cool. And thank you guys for tuning in. It genuinely means the world.
Yeah.
You may have heard my camera shutter. I did take a picture when we hit 50 briefly.
Oh, we did? Oh gosh.
Yeah, at least on my screen.
Also, I can only imagine like your eyes doing the camera shutter thing.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what that was.
I love that. I love your eyes.
All right. I'll catch you later, gamers.
See ya, hon.
I love you, Wak. I love you, chat. Next week.
Love, 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 mama. Jesus fucking Christ, what is going on? What is going on? So, at the benefit of anyone who doesn't know what is going on, like Soja, I will not say, but I do know. Okay, sorry, I know. I am understanding now how little I know. I am understanding now how little I know. How had I never seen that CG? How the fuck did I never see Rin and Sakura Edelfelt? How the fuck did I never see that? That feels relevant to my interests? I'm sorry. And now that is at the beginning has been shown, it's a craft essence. I thought that was just fancy outfits that they had for the CG. I don't imagine every CG is canon to Hollow fucking Ataraxia. It really was a lot you don't know. I don't know. You're fairly sure you know at least how Vazette ties into Fate Stay Night? You are. So Soja, I'm going to confirm this for you if you want. If you want me to confirm this to you, there is the one thread that I alluded to with Anya, but she did not remember. I can just spell it outright because it wasn't the remaster of Fate Stay Night. I don't remember it being in Stay Night itself, but in the remaster at the end, there was like a catalog of interviewed material and commentary that you could unlock if you complete the game, and it just outright spelled, giving a few seconds in case Soja does not want to hear this, so he has time to pause it, and anyone who doesn't want to be immediately spoiled about it can pause it. Yeah. She is the Master of Ku. She is, in fact, the Master of Ku. You may notice in the thumbnail I did, because I know that she's the Master of Ku, I put her in the thumbnail with Ku beside her. I put myself as Basset with Ku beside. And Anya in the as the other character we have not seen yet, with the funny guy hovering behind her, because I'm apparently mistaken about things and how they're going to go, or I don't know what is going to happen there. I thought there were things going on. Fisher Ku in the opening. I thought that Fishing Ku in the I thought Fisher-ku was a thing of the Carnival Phantasm anime. I didn't know that was from the opening to Hollow Ataraxia. He's saying, by the way, Miyu is exclusive to Prisma Bears, and she doesn't exist in canonical timelines, so the only Edelfeld we know of is Lubia. Yeah. I was thinking about that too, when I saw her, like... Okay. Before it became, before we saw Sakura, and it became obvious that this was a alternate timeline thing going on, when I saw Ren, I thought that was Lubia in disguise, because she speaks like such a haughty bitch, so I just thought, that's not Ren, that's Lubia, what are you doing? Doesn't know the name of the murder twink, and that he just loves murdering, and loosely that he has to do with the Heavens Field plot shit. Do you want me to tell you, Zerja? I can tell you, he's like the big MacGuffin in the entirety of Fate Stay Night, actually. He's the corruption of the Grail. He is all evils in the world that were summoned as a servant in the Third Holy Grail War. And when he died, because he's the weakest servant, he got sucked into the Grail and tainted its magical energy with all curses in the world. And from thenceforth, the Grail just became corrupted, and then Sakura becomes a little bit of a conduit to Angraminyu, and she gets to use cool shadow bullshit. A regular villager. He was a regular villager. A lot of characters from Hollow Ataraxia are in Carnival Phantasm. I know that. A cute moment when Q sees her handling out sample for some sweet. Oh. How did you think this murder twink is here? Which is honestly understandable. Yeah, okay. How do I think this murder twink is here? I can only imagine... No, they're still called the Dead Ancestor Apostles, yeah. I think they're different or have a different, like, vibe to them, because this is not a Suki timeline, but yeah. I don't know exactly how Angry Mango is here. I can only imagine it has to do with the beginning of the game talking about wishes, and I'm wondering if Angry Mango himself... Like, Angry Mango is connected to the Grail, like, he is within the Greater Grail waiting to be born in Stay Night, and he is denied that, so I'm wondering... Oh, Anya is still on my shoulder, one moment. There she goes. So I'm wondering if maybe the Grail resonated with him, and this is actually, like, the Grail wish granting to Angraminyu, and we're getting to see, like, what ifs, but I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I also know if the post Grail War thing going on is, like, also dealing with the sequels after effects of Heaven's Fields. Sakura herself is now a, you know, she's still a Grail technically. She's still connecting to the root. So there could be some Angry Mango spilling out somehow there, and this is just like a resonance effect thing going on. I don't know. I couldn't tell you right now. I'm spitballing, but I couldn't tell you. The reason why he was able to corrupt the Grail is because his desire to become the greatest evil does not come from his ego, but his function as an anti-hero, yeah. To see Hoodless casual caster now that the elf ears were revealed. I am so... Stop with the smiles. I don't like this. I am the one that doesn't know anything now, and I am mad about it. Come on. I'm just waiting to see any hopes or wishes from this game myself. So I know a couple of things. For example, I do know about Waku Waku Splash. I know about Gil. I know about the girl we haven't seen yet. I know we have more slice of life stuff ahead in between the horrors, apparently. Now I don't know what alternative timeline bullshit is gonna be going on. A post-ending gag scene that is like a full hour long. Oh god. Yeah. So, honestly... It said Heaven's Feel in the chapter titles, so ostensibly this should be that timeline, but we've seen things we can't know and happen in that timeline. Okay, but Soja, you need to consider this. Heaven's Feels, in particular, is a type of magic. The route is connected to the Heaven's Fields, which is the third magic usage, which is about the souls. Oh my god, wait, Bazette is in a loop? Wait. Bazette is in a loop. Like, her soul, like, she's stuck in a loop. Like, her soul is trapped in a loop. Wait. Like, soul? Like, Heaven's Feel? Like, third magic? Wait, no. Did the third magic activate? Wait. This is the timeline where the third fucking magic activated. Wait. Hold up. There's something going on here. There's something going on there. I am adding to Anya's conspiracy board. What the fuck? Oh. Where the fuck is Lancer in this timeline if Bazette now has Angry Mango? I don't know, but the question I have is, I don't know if Angry Mango is always going to be Bazette's servant. So, like, he's fishing! It's difficult to say. I don't know. I'm extremely excited, but I need to wind down. This game took me the fuck out on the first episode, and I need to see more. And we will see more next week. But for now, as enriching of an experience as this has been, and as lovely as it has been to see all of you so excited, so fucking excited, just like we all have been, I don't need to dip, and I need to leave. There's the old 2005 version of the opening in the menus to show off next time if you want. I could. Are there more or less not openings, spoilers in that? Has every spoiler ZG? Never mind. We will not check that one. You think less? That opening did not have many. I mean, bearing the fact that a lot of dogs were seen making their way toward the hole, I think? Oh, there's 2 old HA openings. I see. We can check them at the end. Also, I am just hoping that YouTube is not going to slap my greedy little pizza hands with copyright material because of the opening. UFO table, please. My kneecaps are precious to me. I could really appreciate if you could keep them. I will see if it is, like, blocked out anywhere in the world, and if it is, I may, like, crop a part of it. But if it's just, like, a revenue, I don't care. I don't care about the revenue if it's, like, I can't even monetize these videos. That's interesting. Still, we have seen that opening, and I kind of glanced away for a bit of it, so we will... Ow! This Ataraxia sure do be hollow. And with that out of the way, if they could keep them, sure, I'm sure they will be glad to take them off your hands once they smash them out of your legs. Yeah, I'm going to err on the side of caution, and for the time being, I'm going to dip. Thank you all so much for watching a finale of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom this Sunday. Oh, thank you, Aru. Big hugs. And next week, we may be starting 2 new series. Which may be, do not quote me on this, but it may be Wednesday Funger and Sunday Armor Core. So that's gonna be exciting. I'll be seeing you all another time. Until then, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.